be a ground rule double for Craddock, and it is a 4-0 game.
Boone kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. The Cardiac Sox make their first appearance. Hello and welcome to a cloudy Cho Airport Field here on a wonderful Thursday night. We have an interdivision matchup in the Valley Baseball League. I'm Ben Rikosh, joined alongside by Landon Weaver. Landon's Newmarket Rebels and the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Two teams that they'll only see each other once this year. What are you looking forward to in this one?
I'm looking forward to a good game. These are teams, as you mentioned, Ben, they're not going to play against each other a whole lot unless they were to meet in the VBL title game, but it's a good time to just maybe try some new things. It's not a South Division opponent for the Sox. It's not a North Division opponent for the Newmarket Rebels, so just kind of let things fly.
And for the first time, not for the first time, but one of a few times this year, the Tom Sox are coming off a victory into this one. Landed a 12-4 W last night in Harrisonburg. Take us through the highlights and what we saw. Yeah, it was a phenomenal game on all parts. The Sox were firing on all cylinders. They ended up winning it 12-4, but they got down early, had to kind of get out of some jams. Clayton Arma, a pretty good showing. Led the Sox through the first third of the game. There's a lot of great defensive plays as well. Absolutely. Tonight's starter, Lucas Cash for the Tom Sox. Lucas Cash, a veteran in the Valley Baseball League. He's comfortable in Cho Airport Field, and the Cho Airport Field fans are comfortable having him on the mound. Landon, 0-1 on the season. What have you seen from him so far, and what do you expect when he steps up today?
Well, as far as Lucas Cash goes, you know what you're going to get out of him, right? You're going to get a lot of innings as we continue to take a look at how the Sox defeated the Turks last night. They scored on a lot of pass balls.
That's right.
They scored on a couple of RBI singles, and then Connor Hedgepeth, who is now Lucas Cash, is going to have to follow up the performance he had, and Chase Jackson making a couple great plays at short to really help close out the contest. That was late in the game. That was the bottom of the seventh. That really put the nail in the coffin for the Turks. I would say they were pretty dejected after that, and then a pair of 2-run innings in the eighth, and then as well as the ninth, and then a double play plus a Mancini strikeout to end the inning and end the game. The Sox taking down the Harrisonburg Turks.
I'll give you 3 stats from last night that impressed me. Number 1, no defensive errors. That's huge for the Tom Sox. You got to play clean baseball. Number 2, tied for the most sacrifice flies in franchise history. Landon, got to help your teammates out.
Yeah, you do. And they were playing complementary baseball. We saw some guys playing out of position a little bit. You talk about Xavier McCory playing in left field yesterday. It's different from him, but he told us today he's willing to play any position as long as the team is winning. He'll be happy to help. But going back to Lucas Cash, Ben, take a look at his stats on the season. We talked about him going through a lot of innings, 17.2 innings through 3 starts. He's a guy that's going to play a lot of innings when he does pitch. And 15 hits, 7 strikeouts, but the real number you want to look at is the earned run average. He doesn't let up a lot of runs.
Yeah, Lucas Cash, he kind of had to take a little bit of time to get into his flow this year. Obviously, he works HVAC during the day and steps on the mound in the evening, kind of like his night job, but it's been a lot of fun to watch him. We'll go through the Newmarket lineup here real quick, Landon, and then we'll get into this one. Jonathan Mallow, Zach Banks, Magna Jr., we got Joe Terranova, Jalen Harriel, Gage Doris, Daniel Pina, Daniel Murphy, Land, and the starter tonight is Gabriel. What do you have on those guys?
Well, considering that Newmarket is a North Division team, we haven't seen them a whole lot. I don't have a ton on them, but as far as Barker goes, and we'll get more into him as the
Absolutely.
page turns over, he's only pitched in 4 games for the Newmarket Rebels, a respectable 5.56 ERA, but right now, our eyes are on Lucas Cash.
Lucas Cash. Jonathan Mallow steps up to the plate. His 3rd year in a Newmarket Rebels uniform. 88 degrees, cloudy, wind blowing out. At least it was earlier. I'm not sure if it still is. But Cash, 7 o'clock exactly, getting ready to throw the first pitch. That's one hit deep into the outfield, flying, and he gets it right there, out number 1. That'll be the center fielder for the Tom Sox. Bryce Neely out of UVA, had a good season so far, and it brings up Zach Banks, the left fielder.
Neely making his return to the lineup. Hadn't played in the recent games, especially at the end of week 3, but now getting back in. There's a lot of UVA representation in the lineup.
1 pitch, 1 out, a successful first batter for Lucas Cash. Cash kicks, fires, and that one just misses inside. Ball 1-0. Pleasure to be with you here on this wonderful Thursday night at Cho Airport Field. Banks gets ready for the 1-0 from Lucas Cash. 1 out after the leadoff man was retired. Cash's pitch, grounded to second, throws to first. Caden Combs, he gets it. 2 down here in the top of the inning.
Easy as you like. This middle infield making their first appearance together of the season. Will Yao and Xavier McCoy. It's going to be very interesting to see how they fare. There may be a lack of chemistry. They haven't played in the middle infield together, have played in the same starting lineup, but easily the 2 guys that you would want out there in the middle infield.
3 pitches, 2 outs. It's all you can ask for from Lucas Cash so far. We'll see if he can bank in another one right here. Cash fires. That one's inside for a ball. Center fielder stepping into the box right here. No on, 1-0 count, 2 outs. Swing and a miss. Big hack for him, 1-1 count now. Two gone for Mario Magana Jr. Played at the University of Miami last year, now in the transfer portal. Swing and a miss on number 2, so 2 strikes, 2 outs for Lucas Cash early.
It's exactly what you want from him. He's not a guy that's going to strike you out a lot, but he's going to induce that weak contact as we've seen in the first 2 batters.
And Landon, something we'll see throughout this Newmarket Rebels lineup today. A lot of guys from Florida right here. Mario, he's originally from Miami, played for the Hurricanes, and currently undecided on where he'll play next year. 1-2 count. That one's fouled off over the fence, left side. So Cash will get a try again right here.
The VBL, they may need to rebrand it as the FBL, Florida Baseball League. There's a ton of Florida representation. That's what you would expect. A lot of talent down in the Sunshine State.
Cash looks. He deals. Fires. Swing and a miss. That one tipped the bat of Mario Magana Jr. So 1-2 count once again for number 8.
And Magana Jr.'s really looking to swing that bat right now. He's only let 1 pitch go by, and that was the opening ball on this at-bat.
Takes a deep breath, steps into the batter's box, gets ready as Cash stares him down, and we hear our first train of the game. Cash fires, swing, and that one will be a base hit for Mario Magana Jr. Tommy Lansness takes a second to pick it up, and Magana Jr. is on base for the Newmarket Rebels.
2-out defense has been a rather weak theme for the Sox this season, to say the least, especially against Stanton on Monday night. We saw them give up a lot of runs with 2 outs on the board, so looking to have some more controlled defense in the latter stages of the inning.
Cash fires over to Caden Combs to keep Magana Jr. in check. He had a strong lead at first, and Caden Combs, his second game at first base, a big presence for the Tom Sox there from Auburn University. Cash looks, he checks his pitch with the catcher Caffarillo. Fires inside to the lefty righty. Terranova, 45 at-bats in 13 games with the Rebels. Yet to hit a home run, but he has 12 hits as Cash looks right back to first base. He'll deal his pitch instead. Cash fires, down low, 2-0 count. Keeping an eye over there on Mario Magana Jr. at first base with Caden Combs as Magana Jr. takes a couple steps away. Cash looks, gets set, decides his pitch. He fires back to first. That one just getting Magana back into his place. Cash is ready, keeping an eye both on the home plate and first base. Fires. That one inside for a ball, 3-0 count. Barely missed the zone there for Lucas Cash on the righty, Joe Terranova. Terranova has got 7 walks on the year. This could be his 8th. 3-0 count for Cash. 2 outs. Fires. That one's right in the middle of the zone for strike 1.
The old gimme on a 3-0 count. Cash using that one from the umpire behind the plate.
3-1, 2 outs, runner on first. Lucas Cash looks back one more time, picks his pitch, fires, and that one misses up high. So a walk for Joe Terranova, his 8th of the year, and it's bringing up Jaden Harrio. Florida Atlantic University last year. 12 games with the Rebels this season, 12 hits. If you're doing math, Landon, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 12 hits, 12 games. A hit a game. Any hitter in the VBL will take that. And knowing his record, the runners on base are looking to be brought home in this at-bat.
Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Harriel takes the pitch. He swings on it from Lucas Cash. Strike one, 0-1 count.
And it's funny, Harriel actually texted our broadcast partner, Matt Becker.
Yeah, what was that
game.
about?
I guess him and Harriel are good friends from back home, maybe Long Island kids up there.
Which is funny because Harriel's listed as another guy from Florida, so we don't really know. That pitch from Cash down low.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm reading the text now. Former Mohawk. So I assume that means that Harriel was in the PGCBL.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's where Matt Becker worked last year.
You love that connection. Love to see those connections made. In
Small
the
world,
VBL.
huh? Small world. Lucas Cash is 1-1 count. Looks back to second. One more time. Cash fires. That one's down and out. 2-1. Now Cash is not a huge strikeout guy, but he gets people out, and right now that's kind of what matters.
Yeah, you need to get him out right now by any means possible. And the longer you go on in this first inning means the shorter that Cash's day will end up being. We know he likes that 5-inning limit, 5-inning barrier, and right now the more runners you allow on, the worse it gets.
Cash throws. That one just misses upstairs. 3-1 count for Lucas Cash, and you talk about Lucas Cash having that 5-inning barrier. Can't work himself too hard as he has a day job working HVAC. He's a working man now after he graduated from Bridgewater College. Cash deals. That one in the zone. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
It's a big pitch early on. You want to see your team get out of the first inning scoreless on defense. Give you a big confidence boost going on.
Jaden Harriel gets ready in the batter's box for the pitch from Lucas Cash. Cash fires. Swing and a miss from Harriel, and that's strikeout number 1. It'll end the first inning. 0-0 ball game, and the Tom Sox come up to bat. Xavier McCory, Will Yao, and Grayson McCollum are due up in the bottom of the first, and a lot to talk about with Will Yao when we get there. Thanks so much. Excited to bring you this one.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future.
0-0 is your score here early at Cho Airport Field. I'm Ben Rikush, joined by Landon Weaver for this interdivisional matchup between the Rebels and the Tom Sox. Gabriel Barker on the mound, the lefty from St. John's River State College. Landon, what do you have on him?
We kind of briefly talked about him in the first inning, Ben. Barker is a guy that he's going to give you enough. A 5.56 ERA with 7 earned runs in 11 innings pitched. So he lets up some runs. The Sox can definitely get on base with him, but he does have a lot of strikeouts. 17 strikeouts in 4 appearances. That's good, probably for top 20 in the VBL, and a batting average against of 227. So, like, Barker's a guy that's going to give you some tough love, but I think that the Sox can find the rhythm that they got into last night it should be smooth sailing.
And that rhythm last night is, I would say, the best offensive explosion for the Tom Sox yet this season.
For sure.
Really consistent. 12 runs scored, 3 batters with multiple RBIs. Let's take a look at the lineup real quick, seeing if they can replicate that offensive magic.
Yeah, you see Will Yao in the leadoff spot at short, Grayson McCollum in third. He's batting third. Tommy Lansness is batting in the middle. This is just the starting lineup. So, yeah, we got Yao, McCollum, Lansness, Harris, Neely, Clayton. And Clayton's not in there.
Xavier McCory, for some reason, shut off in there.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure why. But Xavier McCory, he had a huge game last night, including a clutch 2 RBI hit late in that one to give the Sox back the lead in the 6th inning. He takes the pitch from Barker, shows bunt, pulls back. That one will be called a ball. Xavier McCory, he's been a huge addition to this team over the last few weeks.
It really has. So for the first 3 batters at least, it's McCory, Yao, and then McCollum. 4, 5, 6, Combs, Lansness, and Harris.
That pitch inside as well. It'll give a 2-0 count to the speedy Xavier McCory. McCory at second today with Will Yao at short. It's kind of the offensive look that us broadcasters have been looking forward to seeing for at least a week now. McCory takes it. He gets ready. Does not swing at that one. It barely clips the outside of the zone. 2-1 count here.
McCory last night, the first few at-bats, he was swinging on that first pitch. Took him about till his 4th at-bat to really have a patient one, and then it started to pay off for him.
1 for 5 with an RBI and a run. Barker fires. That one inside nearly clips McCory. He checks his swing. 1 ball away from getting a free pass to first base. The X Factor, as I like to call him, he steps in.
I like that nickname.
Yeah. Swing and a miss. That one tipped into the glove right there of Murphy. 3-2 count. No outs. And next is Will Yao, and a lot to talk about today, especially with Will Yao. But for now, it's the 3-2 count to Xavier McCory. Barker gets set. He throws. Did McCory go? They'll check. Yes, he did. McCory was halfway to first base after he got called out. And that'll bring up Will Yao. Will Yao, as we talked about. Reports today came out that he is officially foregoing the MLB draft and sticking in Charlottesville to play with the Virginia Cavaliers, Landon.
Yeah, it's pretty big news, especially for Cavalier fans around the area. Guys that, he is a local kid, St. Anne's Belfield High School, so a local Charlottesville product.
Yao gets ready. He looks at that one right in the middle of the zone. Something I saw last night from him. 3 stolen bases.
I mean, that's one of the things that obviously those pro scouts are looking at. He has insanely high draft upside with his speed and his on-base percentage, but I think it's a smart choice for him to go to college. He's already a second-round prospect in the MLB coming out of high school. So you think about what he can do in a nationally ranked, a nationally represented Virginia Cavaliers baseball team, national representation. He's going to get a lot of looks and maybe be I don't know. So I'm not super in tune with, Will Yao earns a hit by pitch in his first at-bat. I'm not super in tune with how the MLB draft works, if I'm being real. I assume there's not like a lottery like the NBA, right?
No, well, there is in the MLB draft now. They implemented that a couple years ago as Grayson McCollum walks up. But Will Yao, you talk about it, he was ranked around the 60s to the 80s in MLB draft ranks, and now he withdraws his name. There's also news today that the MLB draft might be getting a total overhaul, so we'll see what goes where with that. But very exciting for all UVA fans and the entire Charlottesville community to have him here for most of the summer and then through the next couple of seasons at Disharoon Park.
Virginia will go to Blacksburg next season, right? I assume the series.
I think so, yeah.
That'll be a fun series to watch.
And something more so that impressed me with Will Yao, rather than his speed, was his mentality. He knew that he could get every single base. He wanted to steal home if he could have, but head coach Randy Tomlin pumping the brakes a little bit at third base for him. But he's aggressive, and he wants to be like that. He wants to show that he belongs on this college setting.
Yeah, little umpire meeting right now. Talking with Tomlin, and Caden Combs brought a quick cup of water. Looks like Fred Shaner may have taken a hit somewhere. I'm not sure. Fred Shaner behind the plate. Matthew Pierman over on first, and Keith Beagle on the left side of the infield today. Right now he's working over in the second base region.
And so Yao at first base brings up Grayson McCollum, who leads the Tom Sox in hits. Got the day off yesterday, but the Kennesaw State product has had a very successful season in Charlottesville so far. Barker looks, he fires. That one just misses upstairs as the catcher has to slide and grab it. McCollum, one of the few bright spots for the Tom Sox lineup this year, as I said. Starting in 12 games, 13 hits. Swing and a miss on that one. 1-1 count with one on and one out.
Yeah, yesterday was the first game that McCollum was not even in the lineup, did not make an appearance, but just goes to show how much he's treasured by Randy Tomlin and this coaching staff with Beth Warner and Will Pearson as well.
Also second on the team in stolen bases behind Xavier McCory as that ball misses down low. But to have him in the 3 spot in the order, a reliable piece, along with Xavier McCory and Will Yao as he hits that one to center field. Backtracking, going, it'll drop. Yao round second as McCollum does too. McCollum, he'll stop, and Yao's going home. Will Yao will score to give the Tom Sox the 1-0 lead here early in this one.
That is blazing speed, Ben. Blazing speed. He went from first to home.
An RBI double for Grayson McCollum, and you got to wonder if that at-bat and that base-running situation meant a little more to Will Yao after the announcement this morning.
I mean, I think at this point, everything he does is going to be under a microscope. But the fact that he was able to get from first to home.
It's got to feel special.
That is, I mean, that ball was hit hard. But rounding, that's 270 feet. That's a lot of ground to cover.
Now, Caden Combs, 6'4", 260. Talking about this yesterday, he could be an offensive lineman. We looked it up. He was a defensive lineman.
It doesn't surprise me. I had the pleasure of talking to him before the game today, and when I shook his hand is probably double the size of mine.
Checks his swing there. It'll give a 1-1 count. Matter of fact, his brother Cole is a football player at Jacksonville State, so runs in the family.
What position?
Gardensdale. I don't know. It didn't list. I'll have to double-check that one. And get this. This is not something I would expect from him. He lists one of his hobbies as bowling. So as Combs fouls that one off, but really nice guy. Got here just a couple of days ago, but every interaction I've had with him, the utmost respect.
Yeah, he said he's getting acclimated to the Charlottesville community. Definitely a switch from Gardendale, Alabama, but Southern hospitality travels.
I think so. It's the 1-2 count from Barker. Swing and a miss from Combs, and Barker gets his first strikeout of the game. Tommy Lansness, who was announced yesterday as the VBL South Hitter of the Week, had a good piece yesterday as well. Lansness, 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk. He also reached second base on an error. Very productive so far from the former Ball State product. 2 outs. 1 run score already, a runner on second now for Tommy Lansness. Lansness, he'll swing at that one. It's fouled back far to the left side behind the fence. Lansness from around the area, Richmond, Virginia. The lefty. Spent some time at Allegheny College as well before Ball State. Barker fires. That one's down low as Lansness watches it go past him. 1-1 count. Tommy Lansness, only the 4th VBL South Player of the Week by a Tom Sox player in the 2020s. How about that?
Yeah, the first since Cade Bellew.
That piece hit right to the second baseman. He'll go to first base and out number 3, but not before the Tom Sox can get a run on the board. 1-0 score here early. The Tom Sox and the Rebels, their only matchup of the season, and Will Yao, a big day for him. He scores on a Grayson McCollum double.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Lucas Cash takes the mound for inning number 2 as the Tom Sox have a 1-0 lead early in this one. The Rebels back up to bat. Landon, what'd you see from Cash in the first inning that you liked?
Well, I liked his first couple at bats. He induced the weak contact, but then it kind of unraveled, let up a single, then walked another batter in Joe Terranova before striking out Jaden Harriel to end the inning. So he brought it back. I'd like to see more 1, 2, 3 innings from him, though.
Gage Doris, originally from Texas, spent last year at Wharton Junior College. Batted .314 in 43 games as he sees that one go low. Strike number 1. Lefty steps in the box against Lucas Cash. Cash fires. That one fouled up high. It'll go way behind us into the parking lot. 0-2 count here early for Lucas Cash. Another strikeout on the way, perhaps. Cash, as we said, not a huge strikeout pitcher. He gets outs when they need to get got. Shakes his head at Cafferillo, picks his pitch. He deals. That one's outside as Cafferillo has to slide and grab it. A 1-2 count now for Lucas Cash. In the box is Gage Doris. Doris 7 hits on the year with the Rebels. This Newmarket team 9-5 on the season. As Doris will hit that right to Tommy Lansness, who grabs it in right field.
That's exactly what we want to see out of Cash, inducing that weak contact. You don't have to make your outfielders work a whole lot. That ball went straight to Lansness out and right. And Cash and Cafferillo, this is a partnership that we've seen a lot. Almost every start that Cash makes, it's Cafferillo behind the plate. There's that Charlottesville connection, but there's also the fact that Cafferillo is a good enough catcher to where he can catch the knuckleball that Cash loves so much.
Absolutely. David Pina sees that one go on the outside. 1 out now here in the top of the second. Charlie Shepard in year 4 as the head coach Newmarket. As it looked like the bat of Pina hit the ball, and then the ball hit the mask of Cafferillo. A little ricochet effect. Always fun to see those.
Hey, he looks like he's all right as well. Always want to make sure the catches are all right. It's a dangerous position to play. Same with umpire. There's a lot of things that can happen being an umpire when that ball is traveling at you north of 90 miles an hour.
I always worry about them, but they have a lot of padding on and a full mask, and this is what they sign up for.
Yeah, that it is.
Cafferillo going into his 3rd year at Georgetown. As we mentioned, a Charlottesville native, went to the Miller School, a guy that I've actually been friends with for as long as I can remember. A great guy, a great family, and it's fun to have him here in Charlottesville.
Yeah, his family's even a host family, right?
Absolutely. Him and Simon Tesfaye are host brothers this year. Simon Tesfaye been sidelined a couple weeks with an injury, hoping he's doing well and can make his way back soon. As Cash's pitch just outside for ball number 2, 2-1 count.
It's a good location. He's not missing them by a whole lot with those breaking balls.
Cash gets ready to deal. Fires. That one hit into the outfield. Tommy Lansness has to run. It'll drop in between the right and center. Bryce Neely throws it, and pickoff is there. No more than 1 base for David Pina. Good communication by Bryce Neely and Tommy Lansness in the outfield, getting right in the middle of it and letting it drop. Neely got it, threw it to McCory at second, and 1 on now for Dylan Murphy. Murphy, another guy who spent his year at Florida Atlantic University. At least 3 of them in this lineup today. That pitch right down the middle for Lucas Cash, 0-1 count. Runner on first, 1 out.
Saw a lot of Florida Atlantic, Miami, Florida Southern College, a lot in the Panhandle.
Cash checks in at first base with Caden Combs standing right there. A team that can steal it. This is an offense that is kind of broken out throughout this year. They're hit or miss, as that's the game of baseball, depending on the game you get them. Cash fires. That one hit into the outfield as well. Lansness is going. Instead, it's McCory who grabs it. He turns around and keeps the runner at first base. 2 outs now with 1 on.
Well done by McCory. He's used to covering ground. Now he's played out in the outfield.
Yeah.
It's almost like he has the outfielder's instincts going to track that ball into the shallow ground.
Yeah, he looked like a natural in left field yesterday. He said that he felt comfortable, and if he has to do it again, he will.
As far as Newmarket goes, he said their offense has been firing off this year. They're second in the North, a record of 9-5, only behind the Purcellville Cannons.
Cash fires to first with Combs.
Reigning VBL champ Strasburg, 6-7 to begin the year, 3rd in the North Division.
Cash checks back one more time. He gets ready to throw the first pitch at Murphy. Instead, right back to Combs. Feels like Cash and Combs have known each other forever, even though this is Caden Combs' second game in a Tom Sox uniform. They have that chemistry. Pitch to first base. That feels natural. That one swung on, hit high. Going down the third base line is McCollum, and it'll go out of play just barely. Hits the roof of the Tom Sox dugout. Watch out below because bats and balls leaving the playing field can be dangerous.
Sounded exactly like Jeff with that one. Sounded like a PA announcer right there. But, yeah, that one was a little too close for comfort for McCollum at third. I thought he actually had a chance, but it was out of play.
Cash looks back one more time. He fires. And that one called just outside by the home plate umpire. Maddox Land now in the batter's box. 1-1 count with 2 outs. Runner on first base. For the Florida native, Pensacola State Community College last year. 26 games, 14 hits. That one batted to second. McCory gets it. He'll throw it right to first with Combs, and out number 3 in the inning. No damage for the Tom Sox as they hold the 1-0 lead with Lucas Cash on the mound. In the bottom of the inning, it'll be Aiden Harris, Bryce Neely, and Dom Caffarillo. 1-0 your score here early at Cho Airport Field.
Baseball and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Back here at Cho Airport Field, Ben Rikosh, Landon Weaver, 1-0 the score after 1.5 between Tom Sox and the Rebels. Landon, a little trivia time. The Newmarket Rebels, the only team the Tom Sox have a losing record against in franchise history. That could change today. 14-15 all time.
That's crazy. 30 games. This is the 30th meeting all time.
This is the 30th meeting between the Tom Sox and the Rebels.
Have they ever met in a championship series?
I can tell you the postseason record for the Tom Sox, 0-2.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Well, it is the regular season. Just one game on the docket between the two this season.
Aiden Harris in the batter's box. Barker still on the mound as Harris skies that one up high. Second baseman calls everybody off. He doesn't read it right, and Harris will go to first. He's running to second as the ball goes near the Tom Sox dugout. And Aiden Harris, we'll see what Chris calls that. A hit and an error.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to.
As Harris will reach second.
Let's say it's an E4 on second baseman Jonathan Mallow. It looked like he just, I don't really know what the thought process there was, to be honest. I mean, your first baseman is way out of position for one, but Mallow just kind of lobbed one up.
Yeah,
hoping that someone would be there. You don't even need to throw it. Harris isn't going to go anywhere.
Looked like a little miscommunication between him, Joe Terranova, the right fielder. I don't know who else was in there besides Mallow. It might have been Magana Jr. and the center fielder, but Aiden Harris successfully on second, and the Sox have a runner in scoring position with no outs. Bryce Neely up to bat. Neely from Barker. Neely swings. That one's cracked deep. Neely, as the outfielders are going back, one hop off the fence, and Aiden Harris will come around to score. Neely standing at second, a 2-0 lead for the Tom Sox.
The second RBI double for a Sox player today. McCollum did it first. Neely follows that act up with one of his own. The ball is flying very well today, Ben.
Absolutely. That's that UVA connection as well with Aiden Harris and Bryce Neely. Dom Caffarillo, the catcher, come to bat. Runner in scoring possession again, and no outs. Worked well last at bat. We'll see how it goes for number 26 from Georgetown. Barker fires. That one in there for a strike, 0-1 count.
With the Sox scoring in the first inning, Ben, that was only the third time this season they've struck in the opening frame.
And you got to get out early like that. Getting a lead is hugely important, now up to 2-0. Caffarillo skies that one, and that one falls as Neely will check it. Didn't know if the outfielder was going to catch it. He'll reach third, so runners on the corners after the single from Dom Caffarillo.
Would not be surprised if we see a visit to the mound soon from Newmarket's coach. It's getting to that territory. That is the fourth hit, check that you've given up in less than 2 frames of play.
Charlie Shepard, Ty Martin, and Mark Davis, the coaching staff for the Newmarket Rebels this year. Braden Bachman, the righty from ECU. He gets that one. That one just foul, as it would have scored Neely, and Caffarillo would have at least gone to third, as that one was going all the way on the first base line. Bachman steps back in. Barker fires, and Bachman skies it down the first base side again. That one going way foul. 0-2 count for Braden Bachman. Bachman got here about a week ago, had a slow start to the season so far, inserted into the starting lineup in the outfield today, hoping he can make some power for the Sox.
Searching for his first hit of the VBL campaign.
Barker, that one hits Bachman. Bachman will walk right to first base, and the bases are loaded with Braden on first, Caffarillo on second, and Neely on third, as it is a mound visit for the Rebels right here.
Good decision by the Newmarket coaching staff to go out and talk to him. No one really warming up in the bullpen just yet, maybe early stages of a warm-up. Looks like number 30 out there just shaking his legs out.
And how about this, Landon? Bases loaded, top of the order, no outs for the Tom Sox. Can't ask for much better here early with a lead.
Jackson Jones, another lefty, getting warm in the Rebels bullpen, but no signs of entry just yet. You have to imagine they're going to give Barker some more run, try and get out of the inning. But you're exactly right. Bases loaded, no outs. Now you've got top of the order up with McCory and then Yao, followed by McCollum, who you would think all three of them will get a chance to bat depending on as long as there's no double plays in order, which that is certainly a factor now with runners on all bases. Double play depth for the Rebels.
McCory going into this one, a 7-game on-base streak, seeing if he can extend that in the second inning here. That one inside, nearly clips his elbow. 0-1 count to the X-Man. The X-Factor, whatever you want to call him. Very important piece of the Tom Sox lineup. Gets ready. Fires from Barker, and Barker gets that one to go in the zone. 1-1 count. McCory with the bases loaded. Did not play this spring with Liberty. That one sails outside, 2-1 count. Seven starts for the Tom Sox this season, .360 batting average. Barker looks back, gets ready to fire. He does. That one just misses the zone. A 3-1 count for Xavier McCory.
Look, you guys can all see that on your screens at home, wherever you're watching. That one did not miss.
McCory, and he'll walk to first base this time, gets it, and Bryce Neely has the honors of touching home plate to score run number 3 for the Tom Sox. And it brings up the man of the hour once again, Will Yao.
An RBI walk, you'll take that if you're Xavier McCory. Quickly 3-0 Sox. One of their better early outputs in the season.
But of course, after a 12-1 lead was squandered last week, got to play until the game is over.
No doubt about that.
Will Yao sees that one go outside, and good plate discipline from the youngster here early against college pitchers, college catchers, and college fielders. Yao gets set as Barker fires. That one goes inside. 1-1 count right there. Hitting the inside part of the zone for Gabriel Barker. No outs still. Bases loaded for Will Yao, the hometown hero. Will Yao swings at that one up the middle. One, he hits second over to first, and the double play is good. Not before scoring. A Tom Sox member, though, Dom Caffarillo, extends the lead to 4-0.
An RBI double play for Will Yao. Now a runner in Braden Bachman, the only one out there on the infield. And he's at third. So you still have a chance to drive in some more runs if you're Grayson McCollum.
McCollum with a runner on third. He gets ready, sees that one. Bachman, a little limbo as he could have gone, but good stop by Murphy for the Rebels. 1-0 count with 2 outs here. 4-0 ball game in the second inning. Barker deals. That one's outside. Grayson McCollum sees it. Count goes to 2-0. Liking the plate discipline from the Tom Sox so far, right? You got to get those batters on base, and the rest will work itself out. Barker, as McCollum swings at that one, the shortstop has to back up. He fires to first base, stretches, and gets it. 3 more runs tacked on for the Tom Sox in the bottom of the second. 4-0 ball game, and a very productive start to this one. But lots more to play here at Cho Airport Field. Ben Rikosh, Landon Weaver taking you through the rest of this one.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seaville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at tomsox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel.
Top of the order due up for Newmarket in the top of the third inning. Jonathan Mallow, Zachary Banks, and Mario Magana Jr. Mallow, the third year, Newmarket Rebel. 10 games here so far in 2026. Successful in 2024 and 2025 as well. Strike down the middle for Lucas Cash. He's been successful through 2 innings, not allowing a run, as Mallow steps in the lefty batter's box. Mallow from Petersburg, West Virginia, spent last year at Potomac State as he fouls that one off to the first base side, and Caden Combs chases it down. 0-2 count here early for Lucas Cash, who's working quickly.
This is what he's done. He's been able to retire the first batters of each inning pretty quickly, but then runs into a little bit of trouble in those middle batters.
Mallow, the 0-2 from Cash. Cash fires. Mallow swings. That one's foul as Combs gets it. Barely foul. It's closer than I thought it would be, as Combs and Cash, a little miscommunication there as it rolls over to McCollum, who gets it right back to Lucas Cash. So the 0-2 will come again.
Yeah, Combs would have had that one covered had that stayed fair.
Cash gets ready. He fires. That one outside, a 1-2 count. Lucas Cash, his command is good. His velo not super high, but he gets his pitches where he wants them to go. Has a good fastball, off speed, and breaking ball. Cash gets that one as Mallow gets under it on the right field line. Lansness going back as Mallow's rounding first. He's at second. A stand-up double for the leadoff batter, Jonathan Mallow.
Yeah, Cash left that one hanging just a little bit over the heart of the plate, and Mallow took full advantage. We've seen him drive a lot of balls foul in that at-bat, but that one hit pretty much the corner of the playing field. Got into that gravel patch over by the 290 pole, and Lansness had a little bit of trouble picking it up as well.
Hit number 12 for Mallow on the season as brings up Zachary Banks with a runner in scoring position. Cash fires outside as Caffarilla grabs it. 1-0 count to Zachary Banks from Daytona Beach, Florida. Another one of those Florida guys on Charlie Shepard's roster. Quite a few of them. Cash looks back to second base. Low lead for Mallow as that ball outside as well, nearly the same spot. Cash is really keeping an eye on Jonathan Mallow with Will Yao there at short. They're basically each other's shadow, are Yao and Mallow. Cash gets set. He fires. Swing and fouled back. Hitting the fence is Banks to a 2-1 count.
Banks 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second.
Took 2 redshirt years at Embry before this and only played 7 games in 2026. So he has fresh legs. He played in 9 games for the Rebels so far this year as Cash fires that one inside. 2-2 count for the veteran. Banks and Cash as Cash checks back on second base one more time. He fires the 2-2. That one hit to McCoy, the second baseman. McCoy to Combs. Combs to third. He'll keep the runner in check as McCollum couldn't pick it up, but he gets it anyways. And so now a runner at third base, 1 out, bringing up Mario Magana Jr. Magana Jr., he's got 4 RBIs on the year, 333 batting average in 7 games. And for Lucas Cash, the key is just keeping those base runners off and those runners from scoring as Magana Jr. skies it high. It'll be the left fielder. Bachman calls everybody else off. He fires down. Good cutoff by Grayson McCollum to keep Mallow at third base, excuse me. So now 2 gone for Lucas Cash in the 3rd inning.
Well done. I did think that Mallow was going to tag up. The ball like had enough space where he could maybe get to home. It's a little bit risky, especially in a 4-0 ball game.
And there's Braden Bachman showing his cannon from the East Carolina Pirates. As Lucas Cash deals the first pitch with 2 outs. Swung on and hit way foul by the 4-hole hitter, Joe Terranova. Oh, 1 from Cash to Terranova. As Cash gets set, picks his pitch from Caffarillo. Ready and fires. That one gone outside and down low. Count is even at 1. 2 outs. Runner at third. The leadoff man, Joe Mallow. Other than that, Lucas Cash has done well this inning. Cash gets in as that ball is hit deep into center field, but it'll be caught off. Bryce Neely gets it, and that ends the inning. 4-0 the ball game. Lucas Cash, 3 innings of scoreless ball so far as the Tom Sox back with Combs, Lansness, and Harris in the bottom of the 3rd. We'll be right back here on Tom Sox TV. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
Lucas Cash doing what he does best and getting out of jams. Holding the Rebels scoreless in the top of the inning brings the Tom Sox to the bottom with Combs, Lansness, and Harris, and Landon. A new pitcher on the mound for the Rebels. What do we got on number 30, Jackson Jones?
He is a sophomore, Ben, out of Benton, Louisiana. Goes to Louisiana Tech in the Conference USA. Played 3 games there. Pitched an inning and a third. 20.25 ERA and limited number of starts. His ERA very similar to what it was in college as well, in just 3 appearances on the season for the Rebels. But another lefty for the Sox to deal with, and we'll have to see if they can continue their same success. Only 2 strikeouts as well for Jackson Jones on this young season.
Gabriel Barker's day is done, and Jackson Jones steps on the mound for Charlie Shepard's team as Caden Combs walks up to Rihanna and his third at-bat of the evening. Evening? We can call it evening. 7:50 p.m.
Yeah, it's the evening.
It's not nighttime yet. The sky is beautiful. Some clouds out there, a solid temperature, a little bit of wind, or what was of it has died down for the most part here, and just a good night for some baseball at Cho Airport Field at Charlottesville High School. Caden Combs as Jones throws his first pitch. That one fired inside, and it'll clip the strike zone for number 1.
And we'll close the book on Gabriel Barker. 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs with 3 of them earned, a walk and 2 strikeouts.
Combs hits that one hard, fouled off the right side there. And Caden Combs, he has power. He's ranked the number 8 overall player in perfect game in Alabama, the number 1 first baseman in Alabama coming out of high school, committing to Auburn.
Wonder what his defensive lineman ranking was in high school, too.
Well, we watched some of his highlights before the game here today as he grounds that one to the shortstop, who gets it cleanly to the first baseman right there for out number 1. And Caden Combs' wide receiver highlights left something to be desired, is what I will say.
I can imagine. But he does have some pretty good speed running down that first base line. He's not far from beating out some of these infield throws.
No, we were saying yesterday after we saw him in person, he could easily be blindside blocking for Auburn's football team, and nobody would bat an eye.
Hey, don't get that mixed up between Alabama and Auburn. They're not going to like that.
Tommy Lansness sees the first pitch in the opposite batter's box go for a ball. So 1-0 count, 1 out. But always nice to have those multi-sport guys. You get a variety of skill sets that you master. It works your brain in different ways, as that one is in there for strike number 1. But Caden Combs, I would be interested to ask him what he's learned about baseball through football.
That would be a good question. Definitely something we could talk about length on end on here.
Lansness has to duck out of the way, but that one ends up going in the strike zone. 1-2 count for the VBL South hitter of the week. Very productive day for Tommy Lansness yesterday as well. 3 hits as he swings on that one, but has to run to first base, drop 3 strike. And it's got there in time. Tommy Lansness did a good job trying to beat it out, but he'll be called out. So number 2 down, Aiden Harris at bat. Harris reached home after a hit error in the second inning.
He was able to get around and score the second run of the contest for the Sox.
Harris with 2 outs, as Jones has been working quickly since he's come into the game. That one in there for a strike, a beautiful pitch right there for Jackson Jones, the lefty. Aiden Harris on 1 count from Jones. Jones fires, Harris swings it, fouled off, hit his shoulder, and right back behind the catcher. So a new ball, 0-2 count as Murphy and Jones exchange baseballs. 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Jones' last appearance came on June 13th at Purcellville, just 1 inning pitched. No runs and no hits.
Jones fires, swing and a miss for Aiden Harris, and a easy inning for the new guy, Jackson Jones, the lefty, 6'1". Very productive as a 4-0 ball game as we're a third of the way through this one here at Cho Airport Field. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be right back in 2 minutes. Lucas Cash taking the mound once again.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars.
4-0 lead for the Tom Sox here as we enter the 4th inning of baseball. Lucas Cash on the mound. The Rebels are batting. The Tom Sox, one of the few times this year coming off a win. Take a look at what the weekend looks like for Charlottesville. Staten, Waynesboro, Culpeper, Covington, and Harrisonburg. Covington and Harrisonburg next week. But Staten, Waynesboro, and Culpeper, 3 South Division foes for the Tom Sox as they look to build a winning streak here as we are a third of the way through the VBL season. Cash fires. That one fouled off right there by the batter, Harry L. First baseman tonight for the Newmarket Rebels. Landon, how crucial is it for the Tom Sox to get this win over an interdivision rival and then potentially get some momentum going into the weekend?
I'd say it's pretty important. You want to stack as many wins in a row as you can. And obviously, it's baseball. Sometimes you're not going to have your best stuff, but the longer you can play with more confidence is going to provide more wins for the Sox. And we saw that last night, and I think some of that confidence as far as at the plate goes is really carrying over into today.
Confidence and discipline, I'd say. 0-2 count now as Cash fires to Harriel. Cash, that one just misses for ball number 1, 1-2 count for number 21.
You know, it's eerily similar to how the Sox started last year. They did start 3-9. They won a game in Harrisonburg, or against Harrisonburg here.
Correct.
To move to 4-9, and that really kick-started a long streak of wins.
Swing and a miss, but that one hit the bat of Jaden Harriel. Cafferlow couldn't hold on to it, so 1-2 count will have to come one more time for Lucas Cash. Cash only a strikeout on the evening, but he's held the opponent scoreless, which is what you can ask for from the veteran.
Yeah, you want a scoreless outing, and Cash has not let that many runs in considering the low ERA.
That one barely misses the upstairs part of the zone. 2-2 count now. It's Jaden Harriel being patient with Lucas Cash. Cash gets set. He fires. Harriel, swing and a miss. That one's tapped to the shortstop, Will Yao. A jumping throw to Caden Combs. Oh, my goodness. Will Yao. Wow. Makes that happen. Out number 1. Looks great.
Yeah, that cue the music. Cue the SportsCenter music. That is a phenomenal. We've seen a couple of SportsCenter plays from our shortstops the last couple of days. Chase Jackson yesterday. That one may top it considering the outstretched glove from Caden Combs, a very athletic play at first as well.
He looked like Michael Jordan in the Air Jordan logo with that one.
A little jump man from the shortstop position, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Cash doesn't get that one to go for ball number 1. Brings up Gage Doris. Doris reached base earlier. What a play from Will Yao. He's only a freshman.
An incoming freshman at that. Hasn't even played collegiate ball yet.
1-1 count now to Gage Doris. Will Yao is special, man. It's an honor and a privilege to be watching him here in a Charlottesville Tom Sox uniform. He could go down as one of the greats. From Wharton Junior College, Gage Doris fires it to Will Yao. Will Yao picks it up right back to Caden Combs. Combs will pull it off the bag, but tags him anyways. That connection is here early.
The 6-3 goes down the same way. Unconventional 6-3, though. You don't see that very often, but luckily Yao's throw was in front of the bag, and Combs was able to step off and apply the tag.
A little rhyming there.
I do my best.
He looks so confident out there is what's most impressed me about Will Yao. His mentality. Feels like he belongs as that pitch fouled off with 2 outs here.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot that he doesn't think he can do. I think he believes that he has the capability, and that's in part because he has been uplifted by the Charlottesville community, and now he's playing for a team that is full of Charlottesville natives.
David Pina, swing and a miss on that one. Now an 0-2 count as Evan Allwine works with 2 outs, thanks to Will Yao and Caden Combs.
And all this great play from the infield is making Cash's job a lot easier.
Absolutely. Cash with 2 strikes and 2 outs, no men on. He fires. That one inside. 1-2 count now. With plays like that, you can see how Will Yao was so high on so many teams' draft boards. Cash fires. Swing and a miss into the glove of Dom Cafferillo. A beautiful inning for the Tom Sox, featuring 2 great plays from Will Yao, the incoming freshman for the University of Virginia, and Lucas Cash caps it off with another strikeout.
Your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox. Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content.
Jackson Jones takes the mound for his second inning of work after a clean first, holding the Tom Sox scoreless. Score still 4-0, and I'm still speechless from what we just saw from the incoming freshman Will Yao.
Yeah, and a couple of his UVA teammates out in the crowd at Charlottesville Field getting a sense of what's to come in 9 months' time or so.
Yeah.
February. I'm sure they're counting down the days until they get to play with that guy. I mean, UVA is such a hard roster to crack into, so I don't know. But, I mean, the fact that he's making these plays, Ben, I don't know. Pollard might like what he's seeing.
Speaking of UVA, Bryce Neely at bat right here is he'll get an 0-1 count from Jackson Jones.
And Jones came in, retired 3 straight, 2 with a strikeout to end the inning, and he hasn't had a horrible season. His individual outings have not been too bad, apart from one game, his first game against Covington. He went an inning and a third, 5 hits and 6 earned runs, but since then, he's only letting 1 earned run through an inning and 2/3, so he's really bringing it back. If he were to get 2 outs in this inning, that's his longest outing of the VBL season.
And for Bryce Neely, only his 5th start of the young Tom Sox season as he gets the 1-2 count from Jones. He was used sporadically in the UVA lineup this year, only 2 at-bats. Was mostly a pinch hitter late in game situations. So through 5 games, now 6. Interesting to see what number 9 can bring as he swings on that one. That ball got by the catcher, and drop third strike is complete. Out number 1, check for Jackson Jones.
3 straight strikeouts for the lefty.
Cafferlow coming up. It's fun to watch this lefty, Jackson Jones. A little tall. He has a sort of swagger about him on the mound, as you saw after that play, and the catcher, Murphy, was throwing it to first. He basically turned around and didn't want to watch what Murphy was doing as Cafferlow skies that one deep. He's going back. He's back. Off the wall, center field. Cafferlow going to second base, and he slides in for a double. A 1-out double for Dom Cafferillo, the hometown kid, in the number 8 batting slot of the Tom Sox order.
That's a big hit by a big bat. It's kind of been looming all season. We're waiting for Cafferillo to really make his mark with the bat. And right now he's 2 for 2, a single and a double. He's halfway to the cycle, Ben.
Don't say that too early. We could get excited. 4-0 ball game here. Braden Bachman. And then after Bachman, we'll 1 out. Top of the order. Jones looks back. He fires to Bachman. That one's up high.
How about this? You got your catcher behind you or on second base, so he's kind of looking at what's happening in the catcher's glove, giving some signs to Bachman, letting him know what to do, what not to do.
It's always interesting to watch those dynamics there.
Looks like Bachman might take this pitch again.
Bachman swings at that one.
Never mind.
1-1 count.
Stop trying to read what Cafferillo's delivering to Bachman at the plate.
Hey, nobody's perfect.
No, not at all.
Cafferillo doing a little limbo out there on second base with the shortstop and second baseman. How far is his lead going to go? Not a speedy guy, but he can get there if he needs to. As Jones looks back, fires to Bachman. Bachman checks his swing. That one's up high. Bring it to 2-1 count.
Again, Bachman still looking for that first hit of the season. What a time to do it with a runner in scoring position. A chance for your first hit to also be an RBI.
He had 11 hits last season with East Carolina. Joins the long lineage of Pirates that have come through Charlottesville. Sees that one go in for a strike, 2-2 count. But Braden Bachman, this is his third start of the season. He got here last week. Cafferillo on second. 1 out, 2-2 count. Jones looks, checks back one more time. He fires to Bachman. Bachman swings, gotten by the first face. 3 unassisted, but that will move Cafferillo to third. And it brings up the top of the order with a runner in prime scoring position.
As Xavier McCory drew an RBI walk in his last time up. This time he's got to put bat to ball if he wants to bring Cafferillo home. But he's a guy that he does well with runners in scoring position.
He leads the Tom Sox in nearly every offensive category, batting average, on base percentage, walks drawn, OPS, you name it. Xavier McCory is there, a welcome presence at the top of the lineup for Randy Tomlin. Cafferillo on third. McCory sees that one go in the opposite batter's box. Good hands by Murphy to catch that one. A deep breath for Xavier McCory. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. His team leads by 4 runs here in the 4th inning. Fires from Jones. That one nearly hits the kneecaps of Xavier McCory. He slides out of the way. 2-0 count.
McCory this season 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position. That's .417.
It's pretty good. Jones to McCory. McCory, he swings at that one. That one on the third base line will drop foul. 2-1 now as Cafferillo was halfway to home plate. McCory, a successful season so far. Didn't play in the spring with Liberty, but he's got 8 walks, 9 hits. Jones is 2-1. That one sails outside to McCory. 3-1 now. McCory already a walk in this game. As he gets ready for the pitch from Jackson Jones. Jones fires. McCory doesn't swing. He'll walk to first base. Runners on the corners for who else but Will Yao.
Will Yao trying to inflict that clutch gene yet again on the season for him with runners in scoring position. He's only had 3 at-bats in this situation, Ben, but he has 1 hit, so he has RBI potential already.
And all you got to do if you're Will Yao is get on base. Cafferillo standing on third. Speedy Xavier McCory at first. Anything can happen here as Yao does not swing. Good decision by him as that one's just down low for ball number 1. Yao gets ready. Jones fires. That one inside. Good hands once again by the Rebels catcher to not let it go behind the backstop and keep Cafferillo at third. 2-0 count now for Will Yao. There's nobody up stretching in the Newmarket bullpen. They're letting Jones continue through this one. Jones, the second pitcher they've used so far after Barker's day got cut short. He throws. That one in the zone for strike number 1. Will Yao getting the signal from head coach Randy Tomlin, that veteran leadership to the youngster wearing the number 33. 33, by the way, is a fast number. Anyone that wears 33, I instantly think they're fast. As Yao gets ready, Xavier McCory goes. Will Yao swings at it. That one foul tipped, it looks like, as McCory has to retreat back. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Will Yao. Bottom of the 4th inning here, 4-0 the score. Tom Sox on top. He fires. That one up high. McCory, he'll still second base. No problem. No throw from the Rebels.
Saw that one coming from a mile away. McCory just trying to get himself in position a little bit more. With 2 outs, it doesn't really matter for the Rebels, considering you can have it play anywhere.
His
Someone out.
6 bag taken from McCory on the season. Jones fires. Will Yao swings at it, and he'll get the strikeout. Jackson Jones continues his solid outing. Out number 3 for the Tom Sox. Runners on base, but couldn't capitalize on the opportunity. It'll be Lucas Cash coming back to the mound another time again here, as we're back in 2 minutes on Tom Sox TV. Ben Rikosh and Landon Weaver with you.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox.
Lucas Cash, the veteran, on the bump for his 5th inning of work here. And how about Lucas Cash? Just got off a day's work of HVAC and now shoving for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. 4 scoreless so far. He's got 2 strikeouts. Just masterful, doing what needs to get done.
Yeah, exactly right. He's a guy that's going to give you, or try and give you, at least 4 innings of work, and he's gone through 17 2/3 innings each of his through 3 appearances. So a really good start for Cash on the season. He's able to get another 4 or 5 outing right now.
Cash fires the 1-0, and now 1-1 is Murphy, the catcher, swings at that. 4-0 lead for the Tom Sox here in the 5th inning. Cash looks down low. His 0-1 record, 3 appearances on the season. This is his 4th. Swing and a miss, number 2. Lucas Cash, with 2 strikeouts, could build on another. Cash gets ready with the 1-2 pitch to Murphy. Gets set as Cafferlo does too. Fires, deals. That one knocked up the middle. Good play, Will Yao, spinning to first base. Oh my goodness, Will Yao. He can do everything.
That's an incredible play. I mean, he's just having fun out there at short. Him and McCory giving high fives. I think even Xavier McCory is kind of in awe of what his middle infielder partner is doing out there at short.
And that connection with Caden Combs is present at first base. I've seen a huge difference in 2 games since he's gotten here. To have that steady, dare I say, big guy out there in the corner, it's huge. First pitch fouled off. Get a 1-0 count for Lucas Cash. Four in the 3rd innings here for Lucas Cash so far. He is high as 6 in the 3rd. Wants to reach about 5 as a goal every game. He fires. That one hit foul. McCollum chasing it, trying to get it, and it just barely doesn't hit as well. So watch out. Bats and balls can be dangerous one more time. 0-2 count now as Lucas Cash gets ready to throw his pitch down to Land. Land in the top of the order. As Cash fires, swing, and that one just fouled. Cafferlow couldn't hold on to it. And he'll get a chance again with the 0-2. Maddox Land, a 1.43 batting average this season. As Cash fires, that one's outside. Now a 1-2 count. Land, Pensacola State Community College, the righty from Pace, Florida. 5'11", 185, 3 hits on the season. Can he make it 4, or can Cash make another strikeout? That one hit foul again. McCollum has a chance at it. He waves everybody off and grabs it. Out number 2 of the inning, as Grayson McCollum does what needs to be done. Good play.
That's what the Sox have done today, Ben. They've made the plays that need to be made on the defensive side. They're not trying to do anything silly. They're just doing what needs to be done.
And how about that? McCollum finally gets his chance as he chases a couple past him that just go out of the field of play, and finally one stays in foul territory for the Kennesaw State Owl. Cash fires to the top of the order. It's Jonathan Mallow. That one misses just upstairs, but can feel the heat on Lucas Cash. 1-0 count. Jonathan Mallow. Cash fires, deals. Mallow gets that one down low. It'll drop for a bloop single. Tommy Williams just grabs it. He'll throw it to the Xavier McCory to cut him off. But a good single and a good piece of hitting with 2 outs for Jonathan Mallow. Banks up to bat. Banks had a good day so far. Once again, very smart person as well. Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University down in Florida. As Banks goes and Cash fires. Banks the lefty. A good lineup of lefties here for Charlie Shepard. Bank gets ready as Cash is about to fire the 1-0 count. Cash instead throws it to Caden Combs at first, keeping Mallow in check. Mallow, he can run if he wants to. He's got 7 stolen bases on the year. Cash fires that one in the zone. 1-1 count now. Zachary Banks, runner on first, 2 outs, 4-0 lead for the Tom Sox. As Lucas Cash gets set, throws it to Combs again, keeping Mallow really in check, not giving him too much of a lead as Xavier McCory, the second baseman, nearly in the outfield grass there, and Will Yao the same on the opposite side.
Given space enough just in case that ball were to chop over to them.
Cash one more time to Combs. And Mallow really being careful with how much he's stepping off the bag here. The 1-1 count. Cash looks one more time. Zach Banks in the box. Cash fires, swing and a miss. Lucas Cash. 1-2 count. Can he hold the runner on base? As Zach Banks, with 7 hits on the year, is looking to make it 8. Cash looks, gets ready. Back to first. Nearly got Mallow on that one as Combs drops the ball, but Mallow's got to be careful if they keep throwing it this way.
That's the 4th or 5th pickoff attempt in this at bat, so there have been more attempts than pitches thrown to Banks at home plate.
Banks, this will be pitch number 4. Cash fires, swing, that's gone foul. Bounces a couple of times into the bullpen for the Tom Sox. 1-2 count one more time. 2 outs, runner on first, Lucas Cash looking to complete this inning. Cash. That one upstairs. 2-2 count now for Zach Banks. Banks steps in again. Cash looks at first. Mallow taking a couple steps past Caden Combs. Cash will throw, but Mallow gets there in time. Feels like at this point just Combs and Cash are playing a little catch. Cash is continually making sure that Mallow and everybody else is in check. That one fired upstairs, a full count now. Lucas Cash, runner on first. Zach Banks in the box.
A long at bat for Cash. You would have liked to get out of the inning a little sooner, but now nearing 80 pitches on the day.
And every half second, it feels like Lucas Cash is looking back to Caden Combs as Caden Combs steps behind the bag. And that one kicked past the shortstop of Will Yao. A single with 2 outs for Zach Banks. Now runner in scoring position. Bringing up the big bat of Mario Magana Jr. A quick word between Caffarillo and Cash as the Tom Sox are 1 out of the way of getting through this 5th inning. Landon, if you're Caffarillo, what are you telling Cash in this situation?
Tell him to, you don't have to go to the strikeout stuff. Maybe just try and get something that Magana's going to chop weakly into the infield. You've got 3 different spots where you can get a runner out. So anywhere in that infield is fair play.
Magana, 333 average on the season through 7 games. He's got 8 hits, 4 RBIs as well. As he steps into the batter's box right here, listed as a switch hitter today, hitting lefty. Cash with 2 runners on, 2 outs, and Magana at the plate. He fires. Magana doesn't swing. It's thrown outside as Caffarillo has to grab it in the opposite batter's box. Magana, he'll take the 1-0 from Lucas Cash right here. Cash picks his pitch. Looks back at second. Fires home. That one skied up high. Tommy Lansness going back, as is the center fielder, Bryce Neely. And it is gone. A home run for Mario Magana Jr., his 2nd of the year. And it is a 4-3 ball game at Show Airport Field.
That ball was nuked. He got a good piece of it. And that one, you don't see it normally landing up on the hill out there. I mean, it's far enough. It's 385 out to right center. But that one may have been 400 or more.
And just like that, a 1-run contest here in Charlottesville, Virginia, as the sun is going down. And Joe Terranova steps to the plate. So Lucas Cash, another chance to get out of this inning. Now unscathed, but still important. Now not unscathed, I should say, but still important for him to get this 3rd out. Cash deals. That one kicked. Terranova. And it'll be the left fielder, Braden Bachman, who has to make a diving catch, getting it. So the 5th inning is over, and Lucas Cash gets out of it, but not before some damage by the Newmarket Rebels and a 3-run home run by Mario Magana Jr. We've got a ball game here in Charlottesville, Virginia, Landon, between the Charlottesville Tom Sox and the Newmarket Rebels. 4-3 your score here.
Explore our redesigned website at tomsox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Welcome back to Cho Airport Field. A 4-3 ball game in Charlottesville after a 3-run home run from Mario Magana Jr., lifting the Newmarket Rebels onto the score sheet and bringing them within 1 run as we head into the bottom of the 6th, halfway point in Charlottesville, Virginia. Landon Weaver alongside Ben Rikosh, and Grayson McCollum gets things going for the Sox in the bottom half of the 5th.
We'll land in a whole new ball game here. 4-3 the score. It was just a second ago 4-0. A pitch that Mario Magana Jr. just got a hold of going over the right center field fence. And now it's a 1-run game here as we head to the second half of this contest.
McCollum today 1 for 2 with an RBI double. As he lines that first pitch into the glove of Harriel at first base. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jackson Jones, who since coming into the ball game has put together quite an outing. Just 1 hit, which was a double back in the 4th, but he also has 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, Jackson Jones has really impressed me. The tall lefty from Louisiana goes to Louisiana Tech. It's the 4th VBL game this season.
Caden Combs digging in. His 3rd at-bat of the contest. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and then a ground out to short his last time up.
And Jones came into this one with so-so numbers, a 21 ERA, 2 strikeouts, 7 walks, and 7 earned runs allowed as Combs fouls that back. But he's really cleaned up his stuff after not pitching for several days here.
Yeah, it seems like he's found a new rhythm. Though all those numbers steadily dropping the further he goes along. He's well into his longest outing of the year, which was previously an inning and a 3rd. The 1-1 outside. Jones, this is definitely a confidence boost for him. Only 3 games pitched at Louisiana Tech this past season. This is his 4th appearance for the Newmarket Rebels on the year, and easily his best outing. You think it's only up from here.
Combs doing a good job to fight in this at-bat. 2-2 count for the Tom Sox here. You got to think of this as a 0-0 ball game with the Newmarket Rebels having all of the momentum after that 3-run shot.
Definitely a momentum shifter, especially with 2 outs in the inning, and you give up a 3-run home run to bring the lead down to 1. 2-2 is upstairs, runs the count full from Jackson Jones. Looking for his 5th strikeout of the contest. 2 strikeouts in his first inning back in the bottom of the 3rd. The full count pitch runs inside, and Combs takes first base.
And that one nearly hit Combs as well. Did a good job jumping behind himself to get out of the way of it, but Tommy Lansness comes to bat right now, and Tommy Lansness may not look the part, but he is the part.
He definitely is the VBL reigning hitter of the week, in a week in which it was highlighted by his appearance at Waynesboro, in which he hit a home run, had a multi-hit inning as well.
And coming off that news yesterday, he had a big game in Harrisonburg with 3 hits. He scored. Really solid performance in what was a great outing for the entire Tom Sox offense as number 24 steps in the bag right now.
It's really the meat of the lineup right now with Lansness, Harris after him. And after that, slightly trails off, but anybody in this batting order has the ability to put bat to ball, as we saw Dom Caffarillo. He's 2 for 2 today in the 8-hole.
And that first swing from Lansness really feels to me like he's going for it on this at-bat.
Inside on the 0-1 from Jones. Lansness has been patient at bat so far this season. 4 walks for him in 12 appearances.
And
today he has not earned a walk. He's 0 for 2.
That's that newfound plate discipline from Randy Tomlin's team over the last week or so.
The 1-1 with 1 gone. Swing and a miss from Lansness. Rebels hoping for a weak grounder up the middle, maybe turning 2 to get out of the inning before the Sox were to score more. It was only the third time this season that the Sox had scored in the first inning when they took a 1-0 lead off a Grayson McCollum RBI double. The Sox then followed that up with 3 more in the bottom of the second, but have not scored since. Jones has come in and really shut the door on the Sox. And right there, home plate umpire Fred Shaner deeming that Lansness made a revolution with his bat, and that is strikeout number 6 for the left-handed pitcher out of Benton, Louisiana.
He's been super impressive, Jackson Jones, as he gets out number 2 right there. He has all the stuff he needs to throw strikeouts. He can also get batted balls in play, and his fielders can do the rest of the work for him, but I've liked what I've seen from Jackson Jones.
Camden Rogers getting warm as Harris lines a ball right into the ankle of Jackson Jones.
That looked like it even hit the bottom of his foot, maybe a spike of his cleat.
With 2 outs, Harris will be on first and Combs on second, but obviously you hope that Jones is okay as he limps off of the mound. Just about to mention that Camden Rogers is getting warm in the Newmarket bullpen. It looks like he may have an earlier entry than expected as he begins to walk towards the playing field out and left. We'll take a quick break on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network as we hope Jackson Jones is okay.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/scheduled.
Welcome back to Cho Airport Field. Sox have 2 runners on, but Jackson Jones unfortunately having to come out of the game after taking a line drive single right into the ankle. We hope that he's okay. He was absolutely dealing, Ben. He had just picked up his 6th strikeout, easily his longest outing of the season with 2 2/3 innings pitched. He's now retired. Coming in for him is Camden Rogers out of the University of Southern Mississippi, where he played his 2026 ball.
Well, yeah, I was really impressed with what I saw from Jackson Jones. First and foremost, hope that he is okay. A tough liner right back at him. Looked like it hit either his foot or his ankle. But that'll bring in Camden Rogers, 6'4", 228, incoming sophomore, spent last year at Southern Mississippi. Did not pitch at all, but so far in the VBL this season, he's seen 5 appearances for the Newmarket Rebels. 5 2/3 innings, 11.12 ERA, 4 strikeouts, 8 walks, and 7 earned runs allowed. So he's part of this Newmarket staff that, like I said, is hit or miss. You'll either get him on a good day or a bad day, and for Jackson Jones, it was a good day. They hold a top 4 ERA as a team in the VBL. We'll see what the Georgia native in Camden Rogers can do right here, the righty, 6'4", 228. Obviously, really bummed for the great outing that Jackson Jones was having. But for the Tom Sox, it's a new opportunity with 2 outs and a runner on first and a runner on second to make some happen and extend their lead once again.
Caden Combs earned a walk, so he's on second after the single from Aiden Harris. And one thing we learned from Jackson Jones is that the numbers coming into today do not matter.
Absolutely.
Jones had a 21 ERA coming into today. That will steeply drop, probably below 10.
Certainly. Camden Rogers coming in here, as I said, with a 11.12 ERA for the Newmarket Rebels. He's still warming up here, and Bryce Neely will be up next to bat. Neely UVA product, had a good year last year, as we talked about in the previous inning. A spot player for the Cavaliers, pretty much a pinch runner late in games, and now through 6 games with the Tom Sox has made his mark and started to have an impact and get a feel of what it's like to be a college player.
From Midlothian, Virginia, he played high school baseball at St. Christopher's School, a private school.
It's pretty close to you, isn't it?
It is. I've actually raced track there a couple times. That's a nice facility. And with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Neely 1 for 3 this season with runners in scoring position. First at bat for Camden Rogers. Curveball missing down low for the first pitch that Rogers deals. We can close the book on Jackson Jones very soon, as he will be responsible for the runners on first and second, and Caden Combs and Aiden Harris. But Rogers trying to get out of the inning. There's a strike right down the middle from the pitcher heralding out of Hattiesburg. Played his collegiate ball at Southern Miss. They made it all the way, hosting their own region, but could not make it out of the Hattiesburg Regional.
Really impressive what they've been able to do down there at Southern Mississippi.
One of the premier mid-majors, as Rogers barely misses on the 1-1. It's an imperative at bat right now for Rogers, considering his team has drawn back to within 1 off the home run that we saw with 2 outs in the top of the 5th.
And presumably it'll be Lucas Cash, no one throwing in the Tom Sox bullpen. Lucas Arbelize was just a minute ago, but it looks like he's sat down at this point. Arbelize, a former Charlottesville High School student, committed to play at Randolph-Macon College next season. He's had a good outing for the Tom Sox so far. So we'll see.
3-1 from Rogers. A wild pitch hits the backstop. Runners will advance 90 feet, as that was ball 4 anyways. Didn't really matter a whole lot.
If it could have gone any farther, it might have scored Caden Combs from first if the catcher couldn't get a hold of it. But he was right there as it hit the backstop, and bases are now loaded as Dom Caffarillo walks up to the plate. Caffarillo, he has the power. He's a big guy behind the plate.
2 for 2 today, a single and a double in order in the second and the 4th inning.
And what were you talking about before? He's halfway to the cycle. We'll see if he can get another third here.
That first pitch from Rogers nearly takes Caffarillo's head off. Good patience by Combs at third to stay put. With 2 outs on the board, you don't want to be entirely too risky, especially 90 feet, when that run is right there sitting waiting for you.
Caffarillo with Georgetown this season, played 21 games, 167 batting average. He did have 1 home run, so he can send it out of the park as the 1-0 count gets ready.
Right down the middle for a called strike on Caffarillo. This is his first at-bat of the season, Ben, with bases loaded.
And as we're bases loaded here, bottom of the inning, a nice little sunset starting to appear in the outfield.
1-1 runs upstairs, 2-1. Caffarillo, a patient batter. He's also a very vocal leader on this Tom Sox squad. You can always hear him behind the plate giving praises to all his infielders, his outfielders, his pitchers. No one goes without praise from Dom. The 2-1 is tap foul.
And to see him with Lucas Cash on the mound, 2 Charlottesville guys. That's been a pretty consistent pairing here 4 weeks into the season. A lot of fun to see, and as you said, Dom Caffarillo, a veteran guy, now a junior, going into his 3rd season with Georgetown.
Big chance for the Sox to extend their lead. It's a 1-run advantage right now. Here's the 2-2 into the dirt. Combs looking to score, and he will. Sox tack on another after a wild pitch from Camden Rogers. Runners both advance up 90 feet. It's Aiden Harris on 3rd and Bryce Neely on 2nd.
And this is what we saw yesterday. Yesterday it came in the form of sac flies. Today it's miscellaneous. You got to take advantage of your opportunities. When guys get on base, need to score them. 5-3 ball game now.
Full count coming up from Camden Rogers, the newly minted pitcher for the Rebels. Upstairs, ball 4, bases loaded yet again for the Tom Sox.
And that'll bring up Braden Bachman. Bachman only in his 5th game of the Tom Sox uniform this year, yet to get a hit, as we talked about. He's drawn 3 walks, but with bases loaded, simply anything will do right here.
Bachman, what a time this would be to get his first hit of the season. Bases loaded for the East Carolina Pirate. First pitch misses from Rogers. And another pitcher getting warm out in the bullpen for the Rebels, MJ Paramore, a lefty. Here's the 1-0. Again, missing on that glove side from Rogers. He just can't seem to hold it in.
Rogers can't seem to find his command either right here. We talked about with the previous pitcher, you don't know what you're going to get this early in the season with the stats, and right now those 8 walks for Rogers are sort of appearing at Cho Airport Field.
Able to locate there. Bachman just kind of standing there letting it happen. Worst comes to worst, it's a 3-0 count. Instead it's 2-1. Rogers able to find the zone. In the dirt again, nice block by Dylan Murphy behind the plate.
Aiden Harris thought about going on that one. If he had gotten maybe a foot or two past Murphy, then he would have ran right home. But instead, a good job by the Rebels catcher.
Harris can eat up those 90 feet in a heartbeat if that ball were to go wayward of the catcher Murphy behind the dish. 3-1. There it is. That goes wayward. And it's a bases-loaded walk anyways.
You know, on the previous inning, you called something, and I said nobody's perfect. Hey, what comes around goes around, and that prediction, not that it was a prediction, but that was correct. 6-3 ball game as we have a mound visit right here from the coaching staff, Charlie Shepard, Ty Martin, and Mark Davis. The 3 for Newmarket as Camden Rogers looks like his day is done, and we'll get a new pitcher here on the other side of the break on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network. 6-3 ball game now, rather. 2 outs, bottom of the inning.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
MJ Paramore, the new pitcher on the bump for the Newmarket Rebels. The junior out of Munford, Tennessee, and Brighton High School. He played his collegiate ball this past year at Northeast Mississippi Community College.
Yeah, MJ Paramore, tall lefty, once again, 6'2", 185, from Tennessee. 15 games, as you mentioned, in college. Only 2 games with the Tom Sox, and guess what? 1 1/3 inning is it for MJ Paramore. That third came just 4 days ago against the Culpeper Cavaliers. 6.75 ERA from Paramore. So we don't really know what we're going to get from the tall lefty here out of Tennessee. But what we do know is the Tom Sox have the top of the order up with bases loaded.
And they've had 2 outs for a very long time, have the Rebels. Since the third batter of the inning, Tommy Lansden has struck out to Jackson Jones. That was out number 2. And since then, 4 batters in a row have reached base, 3 of them walks, all issued by Camden Rogers, whose day is done. His final line yet to be fulfilled. Still responsible for the runners that are on base currently. Bases are loaded for Xavier McCory. First pitch from Paramore, right down the middle for a strike. Lefty on lefty action between him and the Liberty Flame McCory.
Over 30 innings pitched, collegiately, 7.42 ERA this past season, 29 strikeouts for Paramore.
That one in the dirt. Coming home from third is Bryce Neely. It's a 7-3 ball game for the Sox, and that essentially erases the home run from last inning. Now you've tacked on 3 in the bottom half of the 5th.
Yeah, it's what we were talking about just a second ago, capitalizing on the opportunities, not making mistakes of your own, and hoping that the other team does not.
Caffarilla moves to third, Bachman on second, with McCory at the dish in a 1-1 count with MJ Paramore, the newly minted pitcher. McCory skies it up out of play, 1-2. McCory's had a couple opportunities hitting with runners in scoring position today. An RBI walk way back in the bottom half of the 2nd. He also walked with a runner on third and Dom Caffarillo last time up. The 1-2 upstairs, 2-2.
And right there, that plate discipline. Talk about those walks. He nearly had a walk in the first inning as well, halfway to first base before it was called a strike. So Xavier McCory from Liberty, kind of the type of guy you want at the top of your order, with Will Young next for Randy Tomlin.
The 2-2 from Paramore. Called strike 3, that ends the inning, but not before the Sox put 3 more up on the board. 7-3 in favor of Charlottesville as we head to the 6th.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift.
Top of the 6th from Cho Airport Field. The Sox strike back after Cash gave up a 3-run home run. Charlottesville hangs 3 of their own in a different style, earning a lot of walks, a lot of bases loaded walks, but they all count the same, Ben, and now the score is 7-3.
Absolutely, and the key on defense right here for the Tom Sox is get the plays you're supposed to make. I know Will Yao has made a couple of flashy ones at shortstop today, and Caden Combs has cleaned up a couple of his mistakes, as has Grayson McCollum chased a couple of balls near the foul line. But if you're the Tom Sox, you cannot make any errors, you cannot make any mental mistakes, and you cannot let yourself lose this game.
Up to bat first for the Rebels in the 6th, it's Jaden Harriel. 15 games for FAU this past season.
And Lucas Cash now, as he's through 5th inning, his 5th inning, he's gone 5 innings through all 3 of his starts, now 4 this season. His high is 6 1/3.
He'll look to try and match that today. Second pitch he delivers is a liner through the gap of 5 and 6. A leadoff single for Jaden Harriel to begin the 6th inning. Lucas Arbeliz was getting warm in the Sox bullpen during the last inning when Cash was pitching. That was the top of the 5th. And looks like he's still working out in there as well.
Arbeliz only 1 appearance this year. Successful 2 innings for him 5 days ago.
Up next for the Rebels, Gage Doris.
If you can limit the amount of pitchers that you use in this game, a big weekend ahead for the Tom Sox, traveling to Stanton tomorrow, Waynesboro on Saturday, and hosting here on Father's Day on Sunday. It would be huge.
Doris today 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. Cash delivers the 1-0 right down the middle for a strike. when he gets going, it looks really good. He faltered a bit in that 5th inning. 2 quick outs in the first 2 at-bats of the inning from the 8 and 9 hole, but then let up 3 straight hits, including the home run. The 1-1 popped in the air. McCollum just watching it sail out of play.
And you have to wonder what kind of leash that Lucas Cash has right here. A 4-run game now, so a little bit of cushion. But if I were in the mind of Randy Tomlin, I don't know what I'd be thinking.
You think if the Sox don't put up a 3 spot in that home half, you think he's out of the game?
I kind of agree. I think it's Arbalez's inning right now. But with that offensive power, as we hear another train going by, Lucas Cash back on the mound.
The 1-2 line to the glove of McCory. He turns to second, then there's no throw over to first. So they cut off the runner at second. No harm, no foul really, except an out is on the board, but you're in the same situation.
Absolutely.
A runner on first and Gage Doris.
And that's what I was talking about just a minute ago. Smart decision by Xavier McCory and Will Yao, second baseman and shortstop. You're seeing, hey, we can get 1 out. It would be a little aggressive to get 2. A high risk, low reward.
7-spot batter David Pina batting for the Rebels now with an out.
Call that a fielder's choice right there, and that's that play from Xavier McCory and Will Yao that we've been looking forward to seeing in the middle infield.
We've seen sometimes the middle infield getting aggressive, trying to turn 2, and then the ball sailing out of play. It's better to be safe than sorry in those situations.
I also wonder how the presence of Caden Combs at first base would impact plays like that, but right now we'll just have to wait and see as Pina at bat right now.
Today's 3rd baseman for the Newmarket Rebels ahead in the count right now. Another wild-ish pitch from Cash. That one sailed way outside. Caffarillo able to glove it. And Newmarket's batter has a favorable count, 3-0.
And one thing Cash is good at is not allowing free base runners. He doesn't strike a lot of guys out. He also doesn't walk a lot of guys. He'll get that one to go into the zone for a 3-1 count.
David Pina in a 3-1 count. Fouls it off to the left side. 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's full for Lucas Cash. Sox infield definitely thinking about a turn 2 situation right now with Gage Doris on first. The 3-2. Check swing. Did he go? No, he didn't, says second base umpire Keith Beagle. And that's a walk, a full count walk from Lucas Cash. Runners on first and second for the Rebels with the bottom of the order up to bat, or 8-hole hitter up to bat, Dylan Murphy.
Pitch 89 for Lucas Cash. Randy Tomlin's on the top step of the dugout here, buying all the time he can get for Lucas Arbalez, who's warming up, but he'll let Cash go another batter.
Murphy 0 for 2 today, working behind the plate on defense for the Rebels. First pitch he fouls off over the batting cage at Charlottesville High School, 0-1. Sun beginning to set in Charlottesville, Virginia. Looks a lot brighter out on the field on the TV screen than it does through our own eyes in the press box.
And a beautiful night here in Central Virginia.
Really is. It's not too hot. 82 degrees. The 0-1 nearly hits Murphy in the righty's batter's box. 1-1. Cash now through 5 1/3 innings. Again, his season high, 6 1/3.
And how about this? Cash's average this season, 86 pitches thrown. He's well above 90 now.
Here's a liner. Will Yao thought about turning 2, but it took a bad bounce and skipped over his head. Cut off throw to Cash. He loses control of it. Coming home to score is Gage Doris, and that's 1 run back for the Rebels.
Ooh.
The play at third. Pina is safe over there. Cash a long throw from his own dugout trying to locate McCollum, and I think it was just a little late. So 1 out, 1 run scores for the Rebels. It's 7-4 now in favor of the Tom Sox. Runners on second and third for Newmarket.
A little miscommunication there by, looked like Will Yao, who couldn't hold on to that as it hit the tight lip on the Tom Sox infield there. Went into center field. Bryce Neely tried to throw it home, nearly got it as the runner was stopped at first base. Ball went away as Cash couldn't corral it, and a runner scores. 7-4 ball game, as this looks like it's the end of Lucas Cash's day.
A new pitcher coming in for the Sox will have his name and number right after this on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Another long and fruitful outing for Lucas Cash comes to an end after 5 1/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts for the local Louisa County native. He comes out, and Brandon Dahlman, one of the premier arms in the entire league, Ben, steps into his place.
Yeah, Brandon Dahlman activated on June 3rd. He immediately pitched a 5-strikeout outing. Pitched 2 appearances since then. 0.00 ERA for Brandon Dahlman. Knock on wood right there. 19 strikeouts in his 10 innings pitched. Landon, this is one of the most fun guys I've ever had the privilege to watch in a Tom Sox uniform. The Liberty University product, Virginia native, redshirt senior. He's a veteran, a righty. Let's see what Brandon Dahlman can do here as David Pena takes the plate for the Rebels with 1 out.
Still 5th in the VBL coming into today in strikeouts with 19. Beamish from Purcellville leads all pitchers with 23 in 3 appearances. So Dahlman a chance to get back to the top. But he's in a jam right now. 2 runners on, 2 runners in scoring position, and David Pena at third, Dylan Murphy at second, and the 9-hole hitter Maddox Land up to bat, trying to draw the Rebels level. He is the tying run. 0-1, swing and a miss from Land. Dahlman has come into some tight spots. He's also gotten the Sox out of some pretty tight games. His first appearance at home was a 4-1 victory over Covington. He threw 4 2/3 of perfect baseball. 13 batters faced, 13 batters retired. The 0-2 outside, 1-1.
15 appearances for Liberty in 2026. Just an absolute star of a pitcher, wearing number 7 for the Tom Sox this year.
1-2 count against the 9-hole hitter Land. 0 for 2 today. Runners on second and third for him. The pitch ends inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Great job by Dom Kieferlo getting a hold of that one so the runner from third couldn't come in to score. As I said at the top of the inning, the goal right here as we head to the late part of this game is for the Tom Sox to not beat yourself.
Land has an ability to draw walks, 10 walks to 9 strikeouts on the season, a .455 on base percentage. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Home plate umpire Fred Shaner gives the punch out, and that's strikeout number 1 for Brandon Dahlman today.
And Dahlman found exactly the spot he was looking for. As this is a tight way to work with the top of the order, and Jonathan Mallow coming up for the righty. 2 outs to go, 2 men on, and you'll see that Xavier McCoy and Will Yao nearly touching the outfield grass at their respective positions, playing deep.
Mallow has been one of the Rebels' better bats today. 2 for 3 with a double and a single. Only really bested by Mario Magana Jr., a single and a home run to his name. Dahlman delivering the 0-1. Breaking ball catches the strike zone, 0-2. 1 strike away from retiring the Rebels and getting the Sox out of a jam, limited to just 1 run allowed. You've got to throw the pitch first. Top of the order for Newmarket. The 0-2, outside.
And this is something we talk about with guys like Jonathan Mallow or other members of other teams. He's a Valley League veteran, so despite this being his only trip to Charlottesville this year and his only contest against the Tom Sox, he's comfortable at Cho Airport Field.
Batted .240 or more every season for Newmarket. This is his best so far. Breaking ball, can't find the zone, 2-2.
Caffarillo and Mallow having a little conversation after that pitch as Caffarillo will trot to the pitcher's mound to have a word with Brandon Dahlman, and Caffarillo and Dahlman just getting on the same page. A new pitcher trying to find exactly where they want their spot to be. A crucial situation here. Up by 3. Down by 3 are the Rebels. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 on.
Brandon Dahlman in a tight spot. Gage Doris got around to score for the Rebels. That is their lone run in this 6th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside, full count.
And here you could load the batter for a big guy like Zach Banks. So with a full count here, it's crucial that Brandon Dahlman finds the pitch he likes.
Full count pitch. Swing and a miss from Dahlman. Clutch pitching from the Liberty Flame. Sox retire the Rebels with just 1 run scored. It's a 7-4 ball game in Charlottesville.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org.
Sox unable to put up a blank space in the top of the 6th, but 1 run isn't too bad, and they still hold a 3-run advantage.
In the bottom here, it'll be Will Yao, Grayson McCollum, and Caden Combs. The heart of the order. If you want to put some added runs on the board for the Tom Sox, these are the guys that'll do it. And Will Yao, he's had quite the day so far. A couple of defensive masterpieces. Obviously a big announcement this morning. And he's gotten on base and done what he's done best this season. I would like to see a stolen base or something from him. We got 3 yesterday, none yet today. Feels like he's outpacing himself.
His first time coming up against MJ Paramore on the mound for the Rebels. Lefty against the righty. Will Yao, he has not registered a hit today. He's 0 for 2, struck out in his last at-bat. But that hit by pitch that he drew in the first inning, he was able to get around and score, registering the first run of the ball game for the Sox. The 1-0 is tapped back 1-1.
And Will Yao is just one of a number of guys that have spent time in Charlottesville before they even get to a college campus and learn so much about what it takes to be a successful college baseball player. So this experience for him is invaluable.
Seen a couple of incoming freshmen splatter along the Sox roster as the 1-1 comes in from Paramore. Strike two. You think about Tanner Crater, who put in a good shift with the Sox this season, as well as Lucas Arbelize, who's currently on the roster. He actually played at this ground for his high school ball at Charlottesville High School, so not a whole lot of change for him, and he looked pretty comfortable in his first outing. The 1-2 from Paramore. Inside, even count. Yao yesterday 2 for 4, 3 RBIs and 3 runs. The 2-2, down low, full count.
And it's good to see Yao as a consistent piece back in the lineup. Top of the order with Xavier McCory after missing a couple weeks. But he'll be a mainstay for the Tom Sox the remainder of the season, most likely.
Only his 5th game with Charlottesville this season, but he makes quite an impact. Full count pitch, no dice for Paramore. And Will Yao earns himself his second base of the day. A hit by pitch in the first and a walk in the 6th.
And here's where the Rebels defense is going to have to be careful. Will Yao, 3 stolen bases in yesterday's game in Harrisonburg. Reminder, that's tied for the second most in a single game in Tom Sox history. See if he can pull something off here, getting a good lead off first base to start.
Didn't steal a single bag in his first time on base, as he was able to get around from first all the way to home on an RBI double from Grayson McCollum. I don't know which is more impressive, stealing 2 bases at one time or in one at bat, or from going around 270 feet.
Speed comes in multiple forms.
The 0-1, tapper foul from McCollum.
And you can see that Will Yao at first base, he's itching to get there, and he's itching to run and try to snag second, maybe even third.
We've already seen him grow so much just playing against collegiate athletes. You think back to the Culpeper game, he tried to steal standing up, and now he's using his legs, he's sliding. The 0-2 in the dirt. He's just more seasoned every game that he plays, and the plays that he's making at shortstop, maybe only McCory and Chase Jackson have really made plays like that this season.
Well, it's the confidence that he has in himself, and for any player, that's probably the most important part of your game.
The 1-2 from Paramore, breaking ball. McCollum liked it, but just put it foul.
Grayson McCollum back in the lineup today after taking a day off yesterday. He's been productive for the Tom Sox all season, leading the team in hits. And he has a speedy Will Yao on first base, as was the case earlier in the game.
13 and make it 14 hits on the year. As the 1-2 goes into the dirt, Will Yao takes advantage of it and goes into second, standing up. No need to slide there from the incoming freshman. Thought he was about to run to third after the ball got by the second baseman, Mallow. Instead, he stayed put calmly. Now he's in scoring position for Grayson McCollum.
And that's stolen base number 4 for Will Yao on the season.
4 in the last 2 games as well. It's incredible.
Do the math. That's pretty good.
2-2 count for Paramore. McCollum lines it into center field. This is going to score Will Yao. He comes home. The throw is not going to get there.
Oh.
And it's 8-4 in favor of the Tom Sox. The second RBI for Grayson McCollum today. It's a single for the Kennesaw State Owl.
And no outs. Caden Combs at bat. Runner on base. Already a run scored. This could be something big happening for the Tom Sox here. Caden Combs, we've yet to see his true power. We've seen it a couple of times in batting practice. But in his second game here, looking forward to seeing what he can do. And now Grayson McCollum on first base.
Combs 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a walk. Got around to score after earning a walk his last time up.
And it needs to be said again just how big of a human being that Caden Combs is.
You can't understate it.
He belongs at first base. Once again, 6'4", 260. Belongs on the offensive line of the Auburn football team.
The 1-0. Combs lines it right back up the middle. A broken bat, and McCollum takes third. Caden Combs showcasing what that bat can do. Even with a broken bat, nobody in that middle infield had a chance of getting to the ball. You wonder what will really happen when he gets one hanging in the zone. It's going to be a sight to see. A home run seems imminent from Combs, but he'll take a single.
And Landon, to see two back-to-back days with back-to-back games of high offensive output is really promising for the Tom Sock season. Of course, have to hold on to this 4-run lead. But I'm liking what I'm seeing against the Turks and now against the Rebels.
No outs. A run has already scored in Will Yao. And now Grayson McCollum on third. Tommy Lansness up to bat. He chops one right to the glove of the shortstop Land. The toss to second is good. The throw to first is not there. Not there for Harriel over at first, a 6'4" fielder's choice, but not before Grayson McCollum comes home to score. Charlottesville now a 5-run lead, one gone in the bottom of the 6th.
And it was impressive for Land, the shortstop, to even flip it up to the second baseman there. As he was falling backwards, it almost looked like he was scuba diving, just sat down on the infield dirt and kind of underhand tossed. So he's kind of mimicking himself right now, that ball to get the out. 9-4 game.
Eden Harris digs in, 2 for 3 today. Check swing on the first, and he went around. The pitch was right down the middle as well from Paramore, who has not had a comfortable outing since coming into the contest, to say the least. Only through 2/3 of an inning. And the runs have exploded for Charlottesville. Gets a generous offer from the umpire, Fred Shaner, behind the plate there, catching the lower half, 0-2.
And we have an arm warming up in the Newmarket bullpen. Can't quite tell who it is, but we'll see how long the pitcher's day is right here.
Swing and a miss from Harris. He's retired in 3 pitches by Paramore, his second strikeout of the young outing. 2 outs for the Rebels.
And Bryce Neely coming up right now. That shows kind of the type of hitter Aiden Harris is. He has so much power, but with power comes great responsibility.
I like it. Spider-Man reference. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
You can call it Spider-Man or FDR, whatever you choose.
Neely takes a hefty hack at it, fouls it off to the right. Right now, the Sox 2 runs in this frame. They've scored in all but 2 half innings, those coming in the middle, the bottom 3rd and 4th respectively. The 0-1 from Paramore. Breaking ball, nice glove by Murphy behind the plate to keep it from hitting the backstop. Colby Jarman, the pitcher, warming up for the Rebels in the bullpen. Sophomore out of UNCW, he redshirted this past season. Paramore, the lefty, still on the bump for Newmarket. 1-2 is the count. There's 2 outs, 1 strike away from getting his Rebels out of the inning. The pitch to Harris. Neely, rather, fouls it off.
There's that fight from the Tom Sox. It's been what's different tonight than previous games.
Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bryce Neely, the 7-hole hitter for Charlottesville. Runner goes. The throw to second, not there. Lansness able to slide in and take himself into scoring position.
A beautiful slide from Tommy Lansness there at second, and the throw just sailed right above his head.
2-2 count. That last pitch missing from Paramore. High fly ball into right field. Settling under it is Pena. And he makes the catch to end the 6th. Not before Charlottesville tacks on 2 more. They lead 9-4 as we head into the 7th.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Top of the 7th in Charlottesville. Up to bat for Newmarket, Zach Banks. Singled in his last at-bat, got around to score off of that 3-run home run from Mario Magana Jr. First pitch he fouls off to the left.
And for Brandon Dahlman, this is the toughest part of the order he'll likely face in this one. 2, 3, 4 due up for Newmarket.
Dahlman came in, quickly 2 strikeouts to retire the side. Called strike there. He's already packed his second in the VBL standings for strikeouts with 21 on the campaign.
And he's as surefire of an all-star as I've ever seen in the Valley Baseball League. Incredible play from Brandon Dahlman here in 3 weeks. 19 strikeouts coming into this one.
Here's the 1-2. It misses inside, and Cafferillo has to pick it up off the ground. No runners on, so no harm, no foul, just an extra ball in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And landed to have a guy like Dahlman, who's a redshirt senior, coming in this bullpen. He's a veteran. He knows what it takes to get out of tough situations. He knows what it takes to start games, and he can really do it all for this Tom Sox pitching staff. I think it's huge, especially with the number of young guys that are in the bullpen as well.
The 2-2 delivery from Brandon Dahlman. Upstairs, full count.
Dahlman an impressive 19-3 strikeout to walk ratio coming into this one.
Zach Banks batting right now. Next is Mario Magana Jr. Banks lines it to Yao at short. The throw over to first is there for out number 1.
And there you go, Yao. Just as important as that flashy Jordan Jumpman play was earlier in this game is that easy ground out to get it to Caden Combs. Every out matters just the same.
They all count as one, Ben. They do.
And that's something that he'll learn throughout his college years here in Charlottesville.
Mario Magana Jr. hit that 3-run home run his last time up. Breaking ball from Dahlman, so pretty. Catches the middle. And actually just missed. Correction. Looked like it hit the middle of the zone. 1-0 is the count. Swing and a miss from Magana. 1-1.
Dahlman's last appearance came a week ago against the Harrisonburg Turks, so he's well rested.
A 1-1 catches that lower half. Caffarillo, a good frame job behind the plate.
That's also thanks to some help from Mother Nature. As there were a couple games that either got canceled or postponed past weekend that Dahlman likely would have pitched in.
Swing and a miss from Magana Jr. Dahlman's third strikeout of the contest. And not that many batters faced either. That's already 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Joe Terranova stepping into the righty's box, trying to keep the inning alive for the Rebels. They haven't scored. They scored last inning, just 1, but haven't had a big inning since that 3-run home run from the man that was just retired, Mario Magana Jr.
Brandon Dahlman looks so comfortable out on the mound as well. Looks like he belongs.
First pitch ball from Dahlman to Joe Terranova. Today he is 0 for 2 with a walk that came all the way back in the top of the first. Has not reached base in nearly 2.5 hours. Second pitch misses as well. Terranova out of Southeast Missouri State. Heralds from a home state of Arizona.
It's an interesting connection.
The 2-0. This one inside, 3-0. So Dahlman able to bring his pitches up a little bit more, but that location's still not there in this at-bat.
Mesa, Arizona to Southeast Missouri to Newmarket, Virginia. I wonder how that connection works.
It's a lot of miles. The 3-0. Inside again, a 4-pitch walk, a rare one at that from Brandon Dahlman.
Only number 4 on the season for Brandon Dahlman. He's clean with his pitches usually. 2 outs. Now a must retire for Jaden Harriel, the first baseman.
2 outs and a runner on for Newmarket. Harriel reached on a single back in the top of the 6th. Was then caught out by a 4-6 fielder's choice. First pitch low to him. Dahlman, that's 5 straight pitches that are balls.
It's rare, surprising.
It's bound to happen eventually when you pitch so many innings of good ball. You're allowed to unravel for a little bit as long as you can bring it back. And he's quite literally unraveling before our eyes. 6 straight balls, and that one of the wildest. Will Pearson coming out on the right side of your screen, going to have a chat with Brandon Dahlman as things begin to get out of hand with 2 outs.
And if you're Will Pearson in this situation, you just got to calm your pitcher down. He's a veteran. He knows what to do in this situation. A very talented guy. Might just be in his head, a little too excited for the moment. 2-0 count, 2 outs, up by 5.
Nobody warming up in the Sox bullpen. They're all just sitting and watching a master at work, if you will.
Yeah, to have Lucas Cash and then Brandon Dahlman here, 2 veterans on the mound for the Tom Sox, kind of makes everybody worry just a little bit less in this game.
Lucas Cash went through 5 1/3 innings, allowing 6 hits, 4 runs, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Dahlman coming in, he has now delivered 2 1/3. And at this rate, it looks like they may keep him for at least this inning, maybe the 8th, and would expect somebody to come in for him in the 9th, but depends on how he's feeling.
We shall see.
Dahlman gets set, still dealing against the first baseman, Jaden Harriel, for the Newmarket Rebels. A runner on second and Joe Terranova.
For what it's worth, it is possible for Brandon Dahlman. He went 4 2/3 innings against Covington just a couple of weeks ago. So if he wants to be stretched and the coaching staff is comfortable with it, he can finish out this game.
The 3-0 from Dahlman. Can't catch the strike zone. 8 straight balls from Brandon Dahlman. 2 4-pitch walks in a row.
Still nobody warming up in the Tom Sox bullpen, so Randy Tomlin and the coaching staff will let the veteran keep at it in this inning, as we're not used to seeing 2 walks in a row from Brandon Dahlman.
DH for Newmarket, Gage Doris digs into the lefties batter's box with 2 outs and 2 runners on. First pitch, swing and a miss.
And there you go. You just got to get one to go your way, and Brandon Dahlman now hopefully has a little confidence back up and can get the pitches that he wants to close this inning out.
Can just take one. Now you forget about those prior 8 pitches.
Baseball is such a weird sport like that.
Next one runs upstairs. Count evens at 1. Gage Doris reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th, got around to score. Newmarket's 4th run of the contest, but the Sox quickly erased that with 2 of their own in the next frame. Breaking ball, catches that outer edge. Dahlman beginning to feel himself again. Some Newmarket members of the dugout not too happy with that call from Fred Shaner behind the plate. Dahlman checks on Terranova at second, delivers the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is the top of the 7th, concluded by another Brandon Dahlman strikeout. Sox still a 5-run lead as we stretch and then head to the bottom of the 7th.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference.
Colby Jarman, the new man on the mound for the Newmarket Rebels. Redshirted his freshman year at UNCW, so he comes into the VBL a redshirt freshman, getting his first look at collegiate at-bats. He's gotten 4 games of them with the Rebels.
And yet another lefty for Charlie Shepard's staff. They've liked to go that way so far in this contest. 4 games this season, 3 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, and 3 walks. So once again, a real grab bag with Colby Jarman. Don't really know what we're going to get as this VBL season is still very, very young. He does have a little bit of a funky windup and then a sidearm as he's wearing athletic goggles that kind of look like he's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar out there.
Yeah, I can see that now.
But it'll be Colby Jarman on the mound. We're number 11 with the Tom Sox up to bat, a 5-run lead. And Landon, sure would be nice to put a couple more runs on the board, but certainly not necessary.
Well, that concludes MJ Paramore's contest. He goes through 2 full innings of pitching with 2 hits, allowing 2 runs, both earned, a walk, as well as 4 strikeouts. Colby Jarman, Colby Abdul-Jabbar, maybe. Same name, same first letter of the name.
Good try.
Yeah, not quite there, but you're exactly right. The Sox still a 5-run advantage, bottom of the 7th, and they're playing more complete baseball. It's something that we've seen them do last night. It's carrying over into tonight.
That's a good word to use, complete. I would also say balanced. They're disciplined, they're thinking about what they're doing, and they're purposeful. Dom Caffarillo up to bat, Braden Bachman, and the Xavier McCory top of the order.
8, 9, and 1 for the Sox due up. We'll see if they can go any further than that. Caffarillo today, 2 for 2 with a walk. He's gotten around the score once, and he's been left at third twice. First 2 pitches from Jarman miss, 2-0.
And I always like to watch this dynamic right here as Caffarillo was talking to Murphy behind the plate, the catcher and catcher conversations between pitches.
Jarman's 2-0. Upstairs 3-0. There's a strike for Jarman on the lower half. Gets himself into the at-bat. Jarman, a big figure out on the mound, 6'3", 230. Swing and a miss from Caffarillo. And Jarman able to run the count full. The payoff. Upstairs, and Caffarillo works his second straight walk. He's been on base 4 times today. A fantastic outing from the Georgetown Hoya.
And plate discipline and patience are 2 words I would use to describe that at-bat for Dom Caffarillo. You talk about his success all evening here today. It's good to see him have a game like this, as we've been waiting for it all season long. Now it's Braden Bachman. Bachman still looking for his first hit of the season. A runner on base right here, no outs, would be a good opportunity to do so.
I think we've said that every time that he's been up. He's been in good situations to get a hit. He has reached base twice today, a walk and a hit by pitch, so at the very least, you'll take that. First pitch inside to him.
Well, that also speaks to the prowess of the rest of the Tom Sox offense here today. For him to be in those positions all night long, it's really empowering for the rest of the team and for him to get those type of looks.
Jarman's 1-0 offering upstairs. Has not had a great amount of control since coming into the contest, just dealing 2 strikes in the first 7 pitches.
As we talked about going into this one, he's pitched 3 innings, didn't really know what we were going to get going into this. Runner on first now.
Bachman pops it sky high, sailing out of play as Murphy gave up looking for it. 2 balls and a strike. Bachman able to get some contact there. Maybe that's all he needs to find a way to put it in play. Would be a great time to do it considering the portion of the lineup you have coming up after you with McCory and Yao. The 2-1. Bachman again pops it way up. Jarman locating the first baseman, coming over, trying to make the catch. He won't. The toss to second is in time.
And a miscommunication right there by the Rebels infield. Gets a batter on base, and Bachman. Caffarillo is out, so it's kind of a zero-sum game right there. But it might be a situation for Braden Bachman, how similar in basketball when you can't make any of your threes, take a couple steps in the paint, get a layup to go, and all of a sudden your lights out. Just anything to go your way is good in that situation for Braden Bachman.
His 3rd time on base today. Caffarillo unluckily falls to the 3-6. Now Xavier McCory up to bat for the Sox with 1 gone. A throw over to first from Jarman. Will Yao on deck. Grayson McCollum in the hole for the Sox. Should we get to him?
And no stolen bases both with East Carolina or the Tom Sox so far. They're just keeping Braden Bachman in check.
McCory shows bunt, lays it foul. 0-1.
You can do that in situations like this. Only 1 out. Speedy Xavier McCory right there. And then, of course, Will Yao up next. Braden Bachman, as I said, no stolen bases, but he can do it if he needs to.
Lefty against lefty right now between Jarman and McCory. Not a whole lot of lefty pitchers on the Sox, but there's a good portion of lefties on this New Market team. Barker, who started, was left-handed. Jarman was left-handed, is left-handed right now on the mound. Paramore came in, and same with Jackson Jones. So 4 of the pitchers that the Sox have faced today have been lefties.
Seems like this is a roster of lefties and mostly from Florida. I don't know what their deal is in New Market, but hey, it's working for them. They're 9-5 on the season.
Whatever works for them, and it certainly is. They're 2nd in the North Division with a record of 9-5, only behind Purcellville, who is 10-4. 0-2 count against Xavier McCory with a runner on. McCory, high fly ball into right. Chasing onto it is the center fielder, Megana Jr. He can't get to it before it drops. And it's a single for Xavier McCory, moving Bachman up to second.
If you're Braden Bachman in that situation, he was keeping a close eye on right center field there, seeing if the outfielder was going to catch it, if he needed to tag up, or if it was going to drop. And then Bachman nearly rounded second to go to third base, but Randy Tomlin told him to hold up, and Will Yao is coming with 1 out. We'll see what happens.
Big spot for Will Yao, who does not have a hit to his name today, 0 for 2, with a hit by pitch and a walk. He's gotten around the score both times that he's been on base. Hard hit ball foul on the first pitch he sees. Other scores around the VBL, Covington defeating Culpeper 8-4 at Casey Field. Waynesboro up 16-9 on Harrisonburg at Kate Collins Middle. Front Royal and Stanton tied at 6 in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-1 to Yao, swing and a miss. Strasburg up on Purcellville right now, a big North Division battle. That's the bottom of the 8th at First Bank Park, and then Woodstock and Winchester in a one-run game. The Royals ahead 7-6 in the 7th. The 0-2 down low into the dirt.
And Landon, with this shortened VBL season, only 36 games, every single contest, every result means just a little bit more than it had. Tom Sox sitting barely out of the playoff race, but putting a couple wins together would do great things for their postseason chances.
Especially with the loss that Culpeper suffered, and Waynesboro up 7 on Harrisonburg. Sox came into today just 2 games behind the Turks. The 1-2 inside 2-2.
And different this year, the North teams and the South teams only face each other one time. Only 1 road game and 1 home game, so those opportunities are few and far between. So a big chance for the Tom Sox here tonight against Newmarket.
The 2-2, Yao fouls it back, staying alive, his 3rd foul off of the at-bat.
Of course, a trip up to Purcellville a couple weeks ago. Newmarket coming here. Really fun to go against these variety of teams in the Valley League. That's what summer baseball is all about.
Sox looking for their first win this season against a North Division team. Swing and a miss. Will Yao. Looked like it was a swing and a miss, and yes, it is. Yao strikes out, 2 gone, bottom of the 7th.
And they'll call that a Bachman stolen base. So he picks up his first of the season.
Bachman gets to 3rd. Caffarillo stays put. Or my apologies, Caffarillo is not on base. Xavier McCory stays put at 1st. With 2 outs, and Will Yao just retired by a strikeout. McCollum up to bat for the Sox. McCory goes. The throw to second. It's there. McCory caught stealing, and that ends the inning. Sox still ahead by 5.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Brandon Dahlman remains on the bump for the Sox, already etching himself into Tom Sox history. His 23 strikeouts this season, already 7 all-time in Tom Sox history.
How about that? And yet a long way to go for Brandon Dahlman.
Top of the 8th. Sox against the Rebels. And Charlottesville leads 9-4 as Newmarket is down to their final 6 outs. They want to make up this 5-run deficit.
And it's honestly been a really clean game for Charlottesville, despite a 3-run home run. Lucas Cash, Brandon Dahlman, veteran pitching on the mound.
David Pena up to bat for the Rebels. He's already down 0-2. Another strikeout for Brandon Dahlman. A foul tip into the glove of Dom Caffarillo. Give him 5 on the outing. .24 on the season. Those numbers just keep on skyrocketing for Brandon Dahlman. A guy that has not issued many walks, just 5 walks on the young season. As the first pitch to Dylan Murphy, his glove back to first. And he is safe. Murphy safe at first. The throw by McCory. A bit ambitious, but you have to make it nonetheless, and Combs almost kept his foot on the bag.
Felt like Xavier McCourty was doing his best Will Yao impression out there with that play, spinning from second base in the outfield. A good play. He nearly got it to go to Caden Combs. It did go to Caden Combs, and as you said, ambitious, and good work for Caden Combs to hold on to it and not let it go behind him to potentially squander another base.
That is the first hit that Dahlman has given up today. Swing and a miss on the next at-bat. It's Maddox Land, bottom of the order for the Newmarket Rebels. Again, Dahlman, 5 strikeouts already today. Next pitch is a called strike down the middle, 0-2.
And McCory and Yao, both touching the outfield grass, communicating with each other, thinking about the double play opportunity here.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Dahlman is unconscious out on the bump.
Number 6.
Incredible stuff from the Liberty Flame. These tapes are going back to his colleges, and those coaches are just loving what they're seeing. They know that they have an ace ready to take on the Conference USA next season.
Yeah, what a pickup for Bradley LeCroy's staff. Only 2 starts last year for Liberty. We'll see if that changes, but he's been pretty comfortable coming out of the pen for Charlottesville.
Next at bat starts off the same way the last one ended. Jonathan Mallow, swing and a miss. 0-1. Newmarket suddenly down to their final 4 outs as we're in the top of the 8th in Charlottesville. The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
It looks like back-to-back-to-back, just identical pitches, and they're falling for the exact same things.
When he gets it going, he is the best pitcher in the VBL. I think that is safe to say. Dahlman readies the 0-2 offering. Caffarillo behind the plate. Swing and a miss from Brandon Dahlman. 3 strikeouts, and that ends the 8th. 7. The same as his jersey number. We head to the bottom half. Sox still ahead by 5.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Charlottesville right now riding the wave of Brandon Dahlman's incredible pitching. 7 strikeouts so far. We'll see what he does in the top of the 9th as the Sox hold a 5-run advantage over the Newmarket Rebels. Last inning was their first scoreless since the bottom of the 4th, but now 3, 4, and 5 up to bat for Charlottesville. McCollum, Combs, and Tommy Lansness, the meat and potatoes of this Charlottesville lineup. McCollum last time up, an RBI single. And Combs, his last time up, he reached on a single as well. So base hit potential to tack on some insurance if you're Charlottesville.
And some more runs would certainly be appreciated if you're Grayson McCollum, Caden Combs, Tommy Lansness, or any other Tom Sox batters.
First pitch that McCollum sees dribbles out of the batter's zone.
As we saw with that 3-run shot early in this game, a multi-run lead could easily be squashed into what became a 1-run game.
Colby Jarman still dealing out there for Newmarket. His next pitch runs inside, waist height.
That one nearly clipped McCollum's elbow. He had to get out of the way and protect himself.
2-0 for Jarman. Just can't locate yet. This is how he started out the last inning as well, a 4-pitch walk.
Jarman's had trouble with his command. It's Lane Giroux warming up. A righty for the Rebels.
Nice breaker by Jarman to get himself going. 3-1. McCollum 2 for 4 today with 2 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Full count.
And if you're McCollum, you just want to give your guys opportunities. You want to get on base any way possible and then bring up the big bat of Caden Combs.
Chopper over to short. The back pick isn't there for Maddox Land, and that's a E6 for the shortstop of Newmarket.
And there you go. You're taking advantage of mistakes and hoping to not make blunders of your own, and it brings up Caden Combs, and once again I say the big guy has a chance to send one deep for the first time this season. We've seen him in batting practice. We'll see what he can do here in the batter's box in the bottom of the 8th.
Definitely going against a pitcher that has not had his best stuff today. Lefty against righty. First pitch is way high.
Yeah, we'll see if Caden Combs gets a pitch he likes, but if he does, then that ball might not ever hit the ground.
Combs gets a piece of that one. Edge of the bat, knocks it foul. Caden Combs struck out in his first at-bat today, then grounded out, but he's reached base the last 2 times he's been at the dish. Hard hit ball into center field. Magana Jr. going back, and it bounces right behind the wall. Combs rounding second. He'll stay there. It's an RBI double for the Auburn Tiger. Grayson McCollum scores the Sox 10th run of the contest, and it's 10-4.
And the big guy has a motor on him. He can reach second base pretty easily as that ball was hit just perfectly in the gap between the center fielder and the right fielder, giving the Tom Sox double-digit runs for the second game in a row, Landon. Just a beautiful sight to see after several games of unsuccessful offense.
22 runs in 2 games. And now Tommy Landsness up to bat. Don't think the Sox are done just yet with no outs in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Landsness, a nice breaking ball from Jarman that clips the zone. Caden Combs, an RBI double on a ball that was hit right up to the edge of the fence. New batter's eye out there, maybe helping out the Sox. Combs dancing. And it's a balk. Combs works the balk, dancing behind Colby Jarman. He got nearly halfway between second and third, and now he is 90 feet away from scoring with an RBI machine. Tommy Landsness up to the plate.
Tommy Landsness, a runner at third. He's been very successful with runners in scoring position all season long.
3 for 13, 231 with runners in scoring position. The 0-1 misses.
Played his ball last season at Ball State University.
Certainly showcasing why he's a Division I talent in Charlottesville. 0 for 4 today. He's reached base once. Good patience at this at bat. 2-1.
And there's that word again, patience and discipline.
Something the Sox have really tapped into in the last couple of games. The 2-1 inside, and it hits off of Landsness' quad. He'll take first.
Command a problem for Jarman throughout his outing. And it looks like Lane Giroux continuing to warm up, the righty from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
No signs of Giroux coming in yet. No mound visits just yet for Colby Jarman out on the bump.
And still no outs here in the bottom of the inning. 1 run already scored, seeing if Aiden Harris can tack some more.
The infield, you can see double play depth for the Rebels with a runner on first, but you got to worry about Caden Combs on third. It's not out of the realm of possibility that the Sox score 4 and get out of here early as well. First pitch inside, 1-0. Swing and a miss from Harris on the next. Harris last night in Harrisonburg put a pretty good game together. 1 for 4 with an RBI. The 1-1 catches that lower half. Today Harris 2 for 4, no RBIs to his name yet, but he's gotten around to score twice along with striking out twice. The 1-2 runs inside. Two balls and 2 strikes. Jarman looking for the first out of the 8th. Won't find it there. The ball squirts behind Murphy. Runners stay where they're at.
Caden Combs thought about it, but good work by Murphy. Finding the ball right behind him and preventing another run from scoring.
Correction, Landsness takes second off of the ball going away from the catcher, Dylan Murphy, behind the dish. Full count for Aiden Harris. Colby Jarman working the longest at bat of this inning so far, trying to get it to finish in his favor. The 3-2. Upstairs, bases are loaded for the Tom Sox with Bryce Neely up to bat.
And Bryce Neely, 1 RBI on the year, 5 walks, bases loaded, no outs. Reminder, the rule is 10 runs after 7 innings. Has not happened yet this season. Bryce Neely could send 1 yard or simply score a couple runs and get a little bit closer to that result.
First pitch to Neely, hefty hack. He missed it all.
Seems like Bryce Neely knows that rule as well as does the entire Tom Sox lineup.
Everyone standing out in the dugout. No outs. Bases loaded. Sox ahead by 6 against one of the best in the North. Second pitch runs low, 1-1.
This is a hard park to hit extra base hits in, let alone home runs. So we'll see what Bryce Neely can do as we head to the bottom of the order.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss again from Bryce Neely. We saw Magana Jr. do it earlier for the Newmarket Rebels. That drew them within 1.
And ever since then, it's been all Tom Sox.
That it has. That one a blast to right center. Neely in a 1-2 count with no outs. Upstairs, 2-2.
Good discipline by Neely to find the spot he likes. Tell he's trying to be aggressive, but also wants to be smart with the baseball here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The pitch. Outside, full count again for Jarman to deal with. This time he's worked himself into it rather than the hitter.
Bryce Neely, the only Tom Sox player with a triple this season.
Full count down low. Caden Combs will reap the score off of that one. 11-4, the new score.
And you have to wonder to yourself how long of a leash that Charlie Shepard and the coaching staff are going to give this pitcher out there as Colby Jarman walks in another run and Lane Giroux is still warming up. Now it brings to bat Dom Caffarillo. We talked about the power that the catcher has and the clutch gene for the Charlottesville kid. We'll see what he can do with a 7-run lead.
Reached base all 4 times today. First pitch is a low ball that he sees. 1-0. Caffarillo digging in with no outs. Next pitch is upstairs. Jarman needs to find Goldilocks in this next pitch.
Colby Jarman just can't get the spot, and he hasn't been able to all night.
The 2-0. Upstairs again. No signs of anybody going out to talk to Jarman out on the bump.
And it looks like Lane Giroux isn't even throwing anymore.
Maybe the white flag waving from the Newmarket coaching staff. 3-0 count to Dom Caffarillo. And that one sails right by the catcher Murphy. 12-4. The Sox score another off a 4-pitch walk.
And we say it again. How about a chance for Braden Bachman to get a key hit right here?
Bachman could presumably end the game.
Only 2 runs away right here. 12-4 is the score. Of course, if it becomes 14-4, then that's ball game here with 0 outs in the 8th inning.
Sox fell to Waynesboro 14-4 early on in the season on this field. Trying to repay the favor to the Newmarket Rebels, and Braden Bachman now up to bat. He's reached base 3 times, twice off of pitching, a hit by pitch and a walk. Last time it was a fielder's choice. He fouls that one off on the right side towards the Tom Sox bullpen.
And Landon, what a confidence boost that would be for the Tom Sox going into the weekend. At Stanton tomorrow, Waynesboro on Saturday, 2 big South Division matchups. If they can get this one and then some of those, then you finally have momentum after what's been a long start to the season.
Jarman ahead 0-2. Bachman lines it in the left center. A nice snare in the left field by Banks, and runners will stay except for Aiden Harris at third. He scores off the sac fly from Braden Bachman. 13-4, and the Sox 1 step closer, but that's 1 out for the Rebels.
1 run away for their first run rule win of the season, bringing up the top of the order and Xavier McCory, the X Factor, who's had a good game today and a good week so far, along with his performance yesterday in Harrisonburg.
Sox have now equaled their most runs scored in a contest this season with 13. Last time they scored 13, they lost. 15-13 against Waynesboro a week ago yesterday. How they have grown in just 8 days' time, Ben.
Absolutely.
One gone. McCory up to bat. Runner trying to steal third. It's Bryce Neely. And he's safe. Runners on the corners for the Sox. A nicely timed dive into third base from Bryce Neely. The winning run 90 feet away.
Xavier McCory takes a deep breath as Colby Jarman, the lefty, steps back on in what's been a rough night for him.
Jarman delivers. Upstairs 2-0.
Runners on the corners, so a walk would not score a run here, but it would be a crucial step to getting the next one.
The 2-0. Liner drops into left center. Bryce Neely will jog home. And that's the ball game. An RBI single from Xavier McCory ends it. Sox pick up their 5th win of the season. Back-to-back wins after a nice victory against Harrisonburg. They pick up a run rule win against the Newmarket Rebels. Your score, Charlottesville 14. The Newmarket Rebels 4.
Landon, baseball is a weird game. It's such an individualistic sport, but in many ways, teamwork is so necessary for success in any team and any game. And the Tom Sox showed that today. Their plate discipline, their patience, and then some offensive firepower. But how about Brandon Dahlman? His performance, 7 strikeouts for the Tom Sox over a couple of innings. Really impressive for number 7. Using 2 pitchers, Lucas Cash and Dahlman. Great for the Tom Sox coaching staff as they'll be back in action tomorrow night in Stanton. What a fun game this was. 2 in a row for the Tom Sox. It feels good.
It does feel good. Talk about Brandon Dahlman, 2 2/3, 7 strikeouts, and no runs. A phenomenal outing. Every time he steps up to the bump, it seems like he's going to deliver some firepower. The Liberty Flame really making himself known in Charlottesville. But that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Ben Rekosh, Landon Weaver. Sox travel to Stanton tomorrow. Be sure to stay tuned on X. We'll have live updates for you. But your score from Charlottesville, the Tom Sox 14, the Rebels 4.